It's fucking crazy.
Did you play with one of your settings? See, mine's working. If you come on, I can make you host.
Yeah, but you gotta send me a link.
What did I do? Oh, yeah.
So I sent you a while ago. That's me.
Okay. If anybody's there, just give me a minute. Well, where is it?
60, yeah, Roger 60.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but it's that's Outlook. It's slow like that.
Martin?
Yeah. Hotmail.
I sent you a Zoom meeting. Hold on, everybody. If there's anybody here. Hey, Danger Ranger, how you doing? Phantom Hodges, how's everybody doing? Huh? Okay. How's everybody doing tonight? We're just doing a test there because Roger's having problems getting on. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to make him a host. That way he can run the stream. So I just bear with us and see what's going on. See if Roger can connect. He is, but he's having problems with something or other. Dr. Owen. Yeah. I've been self-isolated since last July, so so everything is good. Oh, you just flew the Inspirer. You used 2 batteries? Cool, man. Hope everybody out there is doing well and you're safe. Yeah, I've been in the house since last July, so. John Coopy, how you doing? We're just doing a test there to see why Roger can't get on the thing here. I'm able to, but Roger's having problems. Yeah. Well, I'm being careful. I'm staying away from people. Other than falling out of a tree and breaking my neck there, I'm good. Yeah, I put my damn drone in the tree. Had to be a 50-foot tree. And never climb a 50-foot tree wearing a big, thick winter jacket and skidoo boots. We're just gonna see if Roger can connect. Yeah, the weather's been nice, man. Other than it was a little breezy today, but we had some sun, but our snow is melting really fast. So pretty soon I'll be doing the stinking property. The cleanup of the yard and all this. Yeah, I've been taking this drone apart. I got issues with it. See, 61, I still got it. I can climb trees still. Hey, Corey Mano, how you doing? Roger should be on any minute. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. I'm disassembling that sucker there. Got that VTX out of it, hanging there. I'm gonna resolder some points because I'm getting fail safe. Oh, cool. I'm glad to hear that, Corey. I'm getting fail safes off it, and I think it's because of my receiver, which, as you can tell, I'm missing a whisker off it. That's the one that was put together, the Space One Meteor. It when I look at my transmitter on the signal, I got hardly any signal at all. So I'm having the suspicion either it's a cold solder somewhere on the receiver part, or this receiver's toast. Hey, Paul, give Roger should be on in about a minute. I'm gonna make Roger host there. Uh-oh. You got an RX error. That's with this drone, I get an error from the very time it was built, and from then on, it was RX buggered up RX. Hey, jump off. Yeah, Val's not working right now. Mary passed away, but she has an infection in her leg. Hey, Duct FPV, how you doing, Oliver? Hope you've been well, jump off. Hope you've been well, drone shots and Centroid, Paul Murray, Corey, John Coopy. Yeah, I think maybe this receiver might be toast because it was doing this from the beginning. So I think it finally quit. Hey, Duck, how you been? I hope you've been safe and all that. Yeah, see, I lost one of the damn whiskers off that antenna, see? I got that little pin thing that's still.
Did you send an invite to Centroid?
No, I sent it to you.
Centroid there?
Yeah.
Send him an invite, ask him to send me one, because it keeps on saying bad password. I have a feeling Zoom's fucked up online.
I don't know. Oh, okay. So, Centroid, Roger wants to know if you can
Send me a link.
send him a link. Hey, Captain Cook, how you doing? Wow. Hope you've been safe during these bad times, man. If you're gonna, can you come on, Mark, for a bit? Hey, Michael Banny, how you doing? Roger's trying to solve some issues with Zoom. Oh, oh yeah. Okay, Mark, hold on one sec. Okay. Send Mark Zoom. Centroid. Paste. There we go. We sent you one. The ESP thing ain't working. Oh, you've been painting the house? There's Mark.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, I don't have speakers. The ESP thing ain't working. Oh, you've been painting the house? Oh, I got it. There's Mark. Hey. Oops. Forgot
Hello, everybody in chat.
Tingy. Hey, Z Drone Dude, how you doing? Roger's having issues, so I thought
I
I'd
know.
try.
Yeah, no, I can't believe you can get on and he can't. That's really odd. That is very odd.
Yeah.
Now, I'm spitballing here. It's happened twice, and you got on no problem. Paul got on no problem, but he didn't send notifications weren't sent out because I didn't get one when he went live. No, this is worst case scenario. Is it possible? And did he check his email? Is he being blocked from streaming on YouTube for a reason, like he's gotten banned or turned in or something? Weird like that. Somebody trolled him and he got banned for it. I don't know, but I'm just thinking because it's just stopping him cold. So I hope that's not the case. That would be awful because there's no reason why. It just means somebody's acting like an idiot. But I'm just wondering if he's seen any of his emails indicating something like that.
I don't know. I don't think he did.
Yeah, so that's like I said. It's worst case scenario, and it's just spitballing, trying to figure the issue out. Because how is it that you can stream and he can't? And you're Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're doing it with Wi-Fi. He can't even do it hooked up with solid. I mean, we had the Zoom meeting, no problem, but he can't get onto YouTube with it. Does he need me to send him a link if he wants to join the panel?
Yeah, that's what he wants you to do because he says my link I sent him says it's an error.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, let me do that then.
Password or something.
I'm gonna forward this. I'm gonna forward this exact link, the same one I clicked on, to Roger.
Hadley, how you doing, Hadley?
Hey, Hadley. And it's sent. So let Roger know that I sent it, and he should be on the lookout for it.
Well, I don't want to scream. He's downstairs. Hey,
Roger. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so I went flying today. My quads worked well yesterday. I went out, flew 2 packs, right?
All right.
Flew very happy with my flights. I'm just, nothing crazy, just staying on the sticks. Plugged in a 3rd battery and said RX loss. I'm like, how? I didn't even crash it, nothing, right? So I looked. I was still getting the signal from my, I still had the bars on my Tyrannus saying I had a signal. So I said, maybe it is an RX problem. Maybe I lost my receiver. So I plugged in my other quad, which I knew was working fine. Not only did it say RX loss, but for a split second, it said arm switch as an error. Then it didn't say it again. The RXS, whatever, the Tyrannus, it's not the receiver issue. I fixed it, Hadley. At least I think I have. So I went on to Betaflight and plugged it in and tried to arm it. And of course, it gave me, it gave me the error, or it said I couldn't arm. So I went to, the CLI, typed in status, and it gave me the 2 normal ones. And then it said arm switch. I think my arming switch went bad because I know I dropped it once yesterday or a few days ago. So I took my old Tyrannus QX7, took the switch out of that, put it in it. It works fine now. I had a broken arm switch.
Isn't it? How many times have you broken a switch? Twice now?
Twice now, but that one I didn't think I dropped it that hard, and it was working after it. That's the weird part. It worked after I dropped it. It was working fine, and it worked fine today. Then all of a sudden today,
those switches are made or what?
I don't know. That's why I cannot wait for my my Tango 2 to come in because there's no switches. They're all low profile. They're buttons. So if you drop it, you're less likely to break it. So I'm hoping that'll minimize this. But at least I had the old the old QX7 I could switch the switch out of.
Well, you can always later on just buy another Switch and just
Oh yeah. Cheap. The switches are cheap. I'll buy it. I'll replace it. I'll put a new one in my old one.
just in
At least it
case.
gets,
You know.
yeah, it just gets me by. But you know, you do that in the field and you don't have your switches on you, you ain't switching them out. You know, so it is what it is. So
Hey Eileen, how you doing? How come everybody doesn't have a blue wrench? What's up with this?
but at least I was able to fix it, and I'm
Well,
happy for
that's
it.
a good thing.
Oh yeah, it is a good thing.
Yeah, well, see with that with this receiver, see the whisker fell off. With this receiver and that drone, the Space One,
Uh-huh.
I was just getting a little dot of a signal on my transmitter,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, "Bugger you, you know, I'm going to try it." So as soon as I lifted off and 2 feet off the ground, it would fail safe and just go.
That's weird. Yeah, I know the switches aren't. It's not a matter of the price; it's a matter of waiting. Because I want to fly tomorrow again, so I want to be able to fly. Hey,
I hear
John.
you. See, I'm down to one drone, the Hadley one, because the other two aren't bound. There's no flipping way I'm going to fly that when it's still snow on the ground.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
John DiNardo. So I just got to wait for a couple whiskers, fix this one, see what's going on. First, I think maybe it might be a cold solder on the. So I'll check it all out. Like you said, it might be a loose wire.
Yep.
I'll resolder.
I've been working on that quad project. You know, that the modeling one.
Yeah.
Did you want to see it?
Sure.
Let me just do something here first.
Tell us about your tree adventure.
Which one? Oh, yours. That was funny. I swear, the first time I looked at it, there's just that one shot of fur at the beginning. I don't know if you had a fur, like a hood with fur on it, or if it was your hair, but it was shaggy enough. I really am like, oh shit, there's a Sasquatch. I really thought there was a Sasquatch there. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, I had to pick the tallest tree in the flipping yard to go after that damn quad, huh? and you know the branches that further up they're the size of your thumb and smaller. Lucky I'm a skinny shit, because they were barely holding my weight.
Here, I'm gonna show you where I am with this thing. It's still a work in progress. Again, my goal is to get this thing animated to make a new intro for my channel, animated intro. But I'm trying to be as detailed as possible with this quad. It's I can't wait. The props are going to be hard. I'm going to tell you right now. Modeling props, I think that's why that's the last thing I'm going to do. Let's see if I can share the screen.
Close to the trunk.
There you go. Can you see that?
Ooh, that's looking nice, man.
You see no motors. Decided to put the crossfire on. If I zoom in, you can actually see I don't have my receiver in there yet. But I got some wires kicking around. You can see my XT30s right here, ready to be modeled and connected. Even got the image of Ovonic on the battery pack itself. Try to give it some realism. But yeah, eventually this is going to get animated.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll work out nicely. I was able to animate things before. It's been a while, but I've gotten fairly comfortable now with all the features that I've been using to model this thing. So next trick is to get it to be animated and such. But yeah, it's getting there.
Heck, you could pick a certain view of it and put it on a t-shirt.
Yeah. In fact, I just realized that there's a name for this kind of frame that's similar in a sense to the one that Corey Mano recommended. It's this quad right here. I can actually pull this up. This is the one that if you notice on here, I don't know if you can see it, the two front arms are a little bit closer together than the back arms. and that's the way this model is on here. And that's supposed to help with prop wash. It's not called the stretch. The arms would be symmetric. This is get this. It's called the dead cat frame.
That cat.
It's actually called a dead cat frame. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's called a dead cat frame.
Stretched out cat.
Well, that's it, because the back legs, the back props are further out to the left and right than the front ones are. If it were just a stretched X, then they would be symmetric, and these two would be stretched out as much to the left and right. But supposedly, with the arms being pulled in a little bit in the front, you're throwing less dirty air into the rear props.
Oh,
supposedly, that's the theory. But yeah, I found out that this is called a dead cat frame.
God. It kind of
yeah,
like
it's
roadkill.
yeah. So it does look like roadkill. Yeah, after the dude that put his cat on the drone. Now, Lewis, if you check, ignore the texts I sent you on your phone. I'm all set. I think I fixed my problem.
Destination Chronicles.
Okay, Roger, if you're listening, I did send you a link. I don't know if you got it or not. And if that link's not working, I don't know what I can. That's weird, because it worked for me. That's exactly the link that Kim sent.
Unless there's a problem with his Zoom and he has to uninstall it and reinstall it.
Yeah. Lewis, it turned out to be a bad arming switch. I did drop my receiver the other day, but the odd thing is the switch has been working, I'd say, for the last 6 or 7 flights. Then all of a sudden I plugged in a battery today after two packs, and it said bad RX.
What's happening is I got both of your links, and every time I put in the passwords and all that, this is passwords incorrect.
Why do you need a password for the link?
Yeah, because I got to put the ID number in and a password.
That's weird, because I don't have to put any. I just click on the link.
Up Centroid, and I clicked on it, and it asked me for a password right away.
But why? I don't. When I clicked the link from Kim, I didn't have to put a password in.
Yeah, I know.
That's weird.
Yeah. So
that makes me think there's something up with your Zoom.
Yeah, because then I noticed there was an update on Zoom, so I did the update,
and
it's still not working right. So I gotta get a hold of Zoom. What I might do is uninstall it and reinstall it, see what happens.
Yeah, why don't you do that? And not only that, maybe there is a setting that somehow got switched.
Yeah,
I don't know. So I'm gonna go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up Zoom and see what the options are and see if there's anything.
Yeah. Well, what we could do, I know private Zoom works when we're private.
Yeah, because I was able to get it.
Yeah. Well, when I want to go on live, it won't go on live at all.
Maybe there's something in the thing that's unclicked.
Yeah, something in the settings probably.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Something in the settings changed.
And Hadley wants a link. Hadley wanted to come in.
Oh, I didn't even
Justin, yeah.
Flip and see it. Okay.
Yeah, Justin, I just told him you wanted the link to come in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and check the settings myself, see what's going on.
Okay, well, I have my settings open too, so this way we can, if we have to match settings, like see what you have checked or not checked and what I have checked or checked.
Yeah.
Same thing with Kim.
Well, if anything comes up, I'll chat and I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Hey everybody, nice to see you all. I'm sorry about that, but I gotta try and fix my Zoom.
Yeah, Corey, it's not just the problem with linking to your Google account not linked anymore with Zoom. I see. Okay. Yeah, you may have to relink it. He's got a point there.
Yeah, like a notch box come off or something like this.
What's up, Michael Maney? How are you?
I sent it in. It's in your Hotmail. Do I smell cornbread? I'm going to make some tomorrow.
Well, I can tell you the dead cat on my frame, I could still see the arms. It's stretched out, which actually puts the props more in front of the camera. It's from what I read, it's more of a dirty air issue to try to keep the clean air getting to the back props so they work more efficiently, which supposedly makes the front arms and back arms run as the motors run as hot as the
Yep.
other. So like the back arms are usually work a little harder because they're picking up the dead air and fighting the turbulence from them, and so they heat up a little bit more. So dead cat is supposed to push the air between the frame and those motors as opposed to right directly into the props. You can't eliminate it completely, but maybe it does do something with the vision. I don't know, but I still see in my OSD, I still see props.
Gmail had it. That's the only one I got of yours too, as well. Louis P. Floyd says, "I dare you to shoot me one."
What, a link?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I shoot him a link?
Oh, you can invite anyone you want.
Really?
I wasn't supposed to be here. I'm just
wait. You really anybody?
Well, we don't.
I'm sure I could invite a few people that you'll regret because I may still have their emails.
Uh-oh.
I would never do that to you, Roger. So let me see. Let me open up mail. So here we go. Let's go back, and this will be
Sam Hayden, Destination Chronicles.
So let's
anybody you want.
So there it is. So I'm going to forward this link to you, Paul. Wait a minute. I'm just going to, let me just copy the whole darn thing and start a whole new email.
What are you doing? Sending it through your email list, the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Drop a link on everyone. Ciao. There you go.
Okay. LPF, link sent.
Mark, I'm going to leave you control. I'm going to grab it.
Oh, no, don't do that. Okay.
Don't
do
get
that.
Panda.
What? Okay, as soon as you go, I'm going to be dropping F-bombs.
Oh, well, fuck. Oh,
oh, jeez. Well, folks, I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a while since I've helped out the there he is. Helped out the Canadian Drone Hub. It's Louis P. Floyd. Louis P. Floyd. Louis P. Floyd. Louis P. Floyd. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. I think I pissed Andrew off the other day.
Why? How would you do that?
Being me.
What, did you do it on this channel?
Well, yeah, I always do it on his channel.
No, he mentioned it the other day. No, he was not upset.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was laughing about it.
Oh, okay, because he goes because Xenia gave me the evil eye.
Oh, well, yeah.
I felt it.
You felt the disturbance in the force, did you?
Holy crap. Yeah. The only other person that scares me like that with the evil eye is my wife.
Mine too. It's got to be a woman thing.
I don't know.
Got to be a woman thing. So.
Andrew was afraid for me, I think.
No, yeah. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Novice Quads? How's it going? We got Jump Off A is in here. Who else? Excuse me. Had Mexican tonight. Now, there's something. I don't want to turn this into a coronavirus discussion because people have been talking about it way too much. But I went out to get Chipotle. My daughter wanted Chipotle, so she called it in, ordered it. We paid online. I went to go pick it up. Talk about surrealistic. I get there, right? There's 8 people perfectly in a semicircle around the door, 6 feet apart. Just nobody
it's crazy.
Talking. Just nobody talking. One had a face mask on. And we just sat there. They came out and said, what's the name on your order? Because you weren't allowed in. So it was like really weird. It's like something out of a movie. And I'm like, I'm glad people are following it. You know?
Yeah. I went to our usual place too, and it was like that. It was weird. It was, I feel you. It felt weird.
It is very surrealistic.
And I've been in this place hundreds of times. Standing there, I was getting nervous. I was having anxiety with too many. I was like, there's too many people in here. Where's my food? I was like, dude, calm down. Breathe. Oh, not too much though.
Trying to look at settings here to see if there's anything different there. There's got to be a setting switched off on Roger's Zoom, which is giving him a problem.
Yeah, I hit the link like I always do.
Yeah. So I kind of got them open in case we can discuss them or talk about them. I don't know much about Zoom. I just subscribed to it and I ran a live stream with it those few times.
Yep.
If I had to run a live stream now, I'd have to ask somebody again how I set that up.
I actually did it. I did a live stream on Facebook with some teacherly friends on music thing the other day, and it went well. You just got to be careful, like especially are you doing Google, the whole Google thing up with your kids?
I started it, but I got them to convert
over to Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Two things. Number one, make sure unless you're allowing them, make sure you close down your public whiteboard. And you're probably smart enough to do this. Make sure it's in a private room that nobody can get that channel or nobody can get that password.
Okay.
Because the meme that's going around is "Don't be a Jennifer." For one, is people having huge meetings.
Mm-hmm.
This one poor girl on Zoom was having a meeting with like 7 or 8 people. How it all plays out, and she thought she turned her camera off, and she went to the bathroom in front of everybody.
Oh, geez.
Don't be a Jennifer.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm in front. You can see if I have to go do that, I'm not going to be in here.
Then the second thing that happened to people is if in public Zoom chats and stuff, if somebody gets a hold of like if anybody randomly gets a hold of this number and pops on, they can whiteboard pornography towards us. So not that I've not ever seen stuff like that, but could you imagine,
you let me know with not knowing that, and if I didn't do what you suggested, when I post a link, it's posted only to my
students,
my classroom.
Right, but you got to be careful. They could be a knucklehead and send that out somewhere.
That's true. So what do I do then? Well, not only what is kind of cool though is I do have it set up where I have the participants showing. And I have it ding when somebody comes in.
I was just going to say, make sure it dings when people come in. And another thing too, I think there's an ability for you to mute and unmute them.
Yes, I do that. And then
open up the video as well. So if you see somebody that pops in that you don't recognize, you can immediately, and I would suggest immediately mute them and block them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have not had that issue. I've only done it 5 times so far. Everything's
but that's the thing the kids are doing nowadays.
Right. So who wants to come watch a calculus lesson anyway? For Christ's sake.
Well, with 30 people on there, and then do something nefarious. That's what they're there for. Yeah. Not because calculus isn't great, Mark.
No, and it's not. I know it's not exciting for most people, but so far, I did learn that if I'm using the little whiteboard share screen thing, I have to quickly disallow them from being able to annotate because
they can go on it.
Hey, what's up, Hadley? How you doing, man? How you doing, Hadley? I don't know if you can hear
everybody.
Good.
Hey man, how you doing, brother?
How you doing, Lewis? Doing all right.
Yeah.
Now there was something else I wanted to say about it. Oh yeah, and I've had to re-edit one of my recordings because a couple of chuckleheads unmuted their camera, and I'm very particular about kids being filmed. So I edited their images out, and I said, listen, while I'm recording, you can talk all you want if we're in a discussion session, but keep your cameras muted. But to be honest with you, they're shy. They don't like being seen anyway. And I asked them, like, dudes, it's like being in the classroom. You see each other when you're in the classroom, right?
Right. Well, Michelle has been doing that with her kids. She's got 4th graders, but she had to establish rules like, look, you can't get up and walk around. You have to sit in a quiet place. It's just like in a classroom. You can't be chatterbox. You got to listen and pay attention.
So when you say when I start a meeting, there's an option to make it private, which means what?
Private. Well, so it's private anyway, and by the way of starting a meeting and owning the credentials to send it out to people. So unless you give whatever you just gave to Hadley wouldn't get it and wouldn't be able to come in. So that's how you're keeping it private. But the thing is the knuckleheads be knuckleheads can just say, hey, here's the pin, here's the number, here's it, and show up at 1 o'clock. Yeah. So what I would suggest is just to kind of kibosh on that
Yeah.
Everybody knows you're going to go on at 1 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Don't throw the pin out until like a minute before.
Oh no, that's why I already do that anyway because I don't need him dialing in while I'm.
Oh yeah,
ready,
and
so.
well, you could have them in a holding pattern too,
Right.
and then make sure that everybody's in there correctly, and then
Right.
and then do it. You know.
Yeah. One thing I did learn is not only can you record the video, but it actually records the chat.
Yes.
So
everything.
Now I use that that's how I take attendance. Once I start it, I said if you're new, as soon as you get in, type here. So I'll say, hey, nice shirt, man. So as soon as you type here, I'll see your name with here next to it. I know you're here. So that's
Cool.
that's my attendance. I don't go back and look at it.
Kim.
I have to. I can. So okay, now I'm gonna do a shameless plug, Kim, if that's okay. I love your shirt, man. Brent Ariels is our guest on the Spotlight Show tomorrow night. So anybody wants to come in, I think we're doing it 6 o'clock Eastern. And oh shoot, wait a minute. What's the 29th UK time changes. We're good. So 6 o'clock tomorrow Eastern time. That would be 10 o'clock UK time. So and let's see who else came in here. Phantom Hodges Drone. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? And now his quad says he's listening, but he's editing. So what you been up to, Hadley?
I'm just trying to feel better.
Oh, you're not feeling well?
No, I've been fighting something. My doctor thinks it's allergies with my asthma.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was freaking me out for a little while. I was scared. I went to the doctor quite a few times and never been tested for COVID-19 because they don't have any tests. Every time it's like, well, if we could test you, we would, but we don't have any. I'm like, well, I'll just keep nursing what I'm doing and doing what I'm, doing what they tell me to do at home, which isn't much other than rest. If you can exercise a little bit to exercise your lungs, they suggest it. Just the basic stuff when you're stuck at home and isolating. Yeah. And eating right. That was the other thing that they were really big on. I'm sitting there like, man, if I have this virus and I fight it and I don't know that I have it and I go out before I shed it, because you have to shed this virus for a little while too, and get somebody sick, I'm going to feel really horrible.
Yeah.
Without knowing if you have it or not. That's the only thing that's got me hung up. And I've had a fever for like, I'm going on like 15 days of having a minor fever around 100 to 101.
Dude, well, let's just hope it's not what we think it is.
Yeah.
Gary!
Like my wife keeps blaming it on a tooth that I had worked on because it like flares up every now and then, and I'm like, I don't think it's my tooth.
No, infections can affect your temperature a little bit because it is fighting something off. But so
yeah, I'm just hoping maybe it's just nothing, and the paranoia of the damn TV is
right, exactly. So we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So did you get a chance to see that 3D rendering of the quad I'm designing for?
Your reverse dead cat. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Well, that's not it. That's the dead cat. I thought the front arms were closer. That's what it showed.
Yeah, dead cat is the front arms far away and the back arms narrowed.
Then I'll go. The side I had it the opposite direction because that's what this one.
Yeah, that's like the racing style.
This is racing. So the front arms are closer by a little bit than this. Yeah, that is a complete rendering of my own design. It's not a legit quad. I don't think it would fly well. It has nothing to do with reality. I'm not trying to make a quad. It's just to render.
It might actually fly good because like Corey Mano races one like that. Yeah. With like 6-inch arms in the back and 5.5-inch arms in the front, and it's got like open.
Yeah, but it's a neat little project, but I don't know how I'm going to do props. That's going to be the trick. Right. That's going to be the trick.
And you just change, like for props, you just have to change the angle of the arms of where they're at.
Yeah, well, it's getting a real good looking shape on the blades, and then it's not that hard to twist them in the renderer. It's just shaping it the way it's got to be shaped. Make it look like freaking props. But I'm getting better at it, so I figured I'd leave that for the last because as I'm doing everything else, I'm learning more and more about how to work with the editing features of Blender so that I can design things. So extrude.
Hey Mark, how much was that?
Free.
It was free?
Blender's free.
Nice.
It's a bit of a learning curve, and the latest edition is 2.82, I think, and there are tons of videos online for it.
Does it work with Mac?
That I don't know. I think it does. I think you have an option. I'll actually, you know what I'll do? I'll look I'll look right now and I'll see what the download is for it, and then see what the options are.
Cool, thanks.
Hey,
Sam.
Visual Productions.
Sam Hayden, how's it going, man?
Brand Aerials. The like button has been sanitized for your protection. Use it.
Watch out, Kim. Watch out.
Hey, Lewis. How you been doing?
Pretty good, man. How are you? I saw you your scrawny ass up in a tree the last time.
Yeah.
I like the thumbnail. I like that.
Hey, Lewis, it does suggest Mac OS.
Cool, thanks. All right,
So-
yeah, I might have to check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty beastly, and you can animate. I don't know if you've ever seen my intro to the show we do Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
I did
Oh,
that
yeah.
all in Blender.
Hadley's been messing around with hold on, I'll get it. CPSF shot. CPSF.
CRSF shot.
What
Yeah,
the hell is
CRSF
that?
shot.
Trying to say
Have you guys
that.
tried it yet?
Huh?
Do you guys,
What
do you guys
what
run
is that?
Crossfire?
Oh, actually, I'm waiting for my stuff to come in from China, and it's
Oh,
gonna be-
I'm still an FR Sky guy.
I
That
ordered.
CRSF shot, man, was amazing. Like, I can't.
What
even-
is that? What is it?
So it's a new protocol or a new update that they've done to the Crossfire modules.
Okay.
And it's also on the Tango 2. When you get your Tango 2, it'll already have it built in.
Mhm.
But what it is it's a faster communication between Betaflight and the Crossfire receiver. Typically, when you're watching the reading from it, it'll have a ripple instead of what your input is. It's a smooth input. And with CRSF shot, it gets rid of that ripple of reading, and it kind of averages out that ripple. So there's no more really. I think it does do some averaging, but it's more accurate. The
And what is-
communications
is
actually
that?
built together.
So what does that do for a noob like myself? How will I notice the difference when I'm flying?
You'll go to move the quad and it won't. So sometimes, when you're further away and you're going to turn around and say you're behind a tree and it kind of just catches for a second and then turns.
Mhm.
I'm sure you've experienced it. Everybody has. It won't have that no more.
Okay.
And up close for like racing, if you're real, like Lewis B. Floyd he's a pretty good racer, man. He's not bad. Don't let him fool you. He can hang with some people, but it'll give him more accuracy for the connectivity to the quad with the lack of latency with the
I was
video.
gonna say late. So in that case, it's not so much long distance. It helps whether you're going long distance or if you're staying close for just a stronger, quicker signal.
Yeah. So like when you're
That's the only reason why I want it, because I don't plan on doing long range.
So the other thing that I noticed that's really similar to it, Mark, is like
Yeah.
when you're simming, you know how like on the sim, it seems like the quad's so much more responsive than in real life.
Uh-huh.
It's that it's that kind of a response time. Like when you're simming, it seems like on the sim, it's so much less latency. Like
that's
on our
like
gaming
immediate
PCs.
input, yeah.
And it feels the same way. So you'll notice as soon as you get your Tango 2.
Well, when I get it, if I get it.
Yeah, you'll get it.
I ordered that thing 4 weeks ago, and
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I've ordered.
There's a local guy here that has them in stock right now.
Oh, well, it's okay. Well, I ordered that, and I ordered the 5-pack of receivers, and
Yeah, you can't beat that.
yeah, and the what is it, the Immortal T antennas. And I today I learned why I'm going to be better off with a Tango 2. I'm less likely to break a switch.
Yeah, I've got a transmitter that my wife uses. It's the radio link, and it's just got rockers on the top as well, kind of like the Tango 2 is 100 times better. I'm not going to even BS around that.
Hey, Mark, can I share something real quick?
You don't ask me. It's Kim's show.
Oh, Kim, may I share something real quick? I'm gonna share screen here. Here's my here's
nice.
my fun tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
Oh, just you wait.
just to see trees like that. Like you guys fly with all these trees, and I'm over here like my trees are maybe.
I know. Well, I look for nice fences to play with.
Yeah, that's why they call me Tree Boy. I was in the tree the other day.
Yeah, I just started hitting fences like you do, Lewis, but I've been doing it with this one. My Cinewhoop.
Oh yeah, the Cinewhoop.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Hey,
squirt.
anything I fly is a center whoop. I'm steady, bro.
Yeah, I agree. It's all about how you set it up. You can change it so it's real smooth if you know your rates, what you're used to.
Hey, I'm
Man.
sure, Kim, you could climb any of those trees there.
Oh, in a breeze, faster and
A
not.
couple of those you're gonna have to bear hug to get to a limb.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what I was saying. You just gotta stay close to the trunk, man. You just shimmy up.
Now-
That's
your
where
heels
the
in.
third leg comes in. It's not just for propagation.
Oh, geez. Now,
Just
Kim,
sling it over the branch.
now the tree I got stuck in 2 days ago, it wasn't but 20 feet up, but it was about 30 feet in. And I had to extend my pole because it was all that thick, nasty brush underneath it. So when it came down, I had to fight through that to get to the quad. It was a pain. It was harder getting to the quad on the ground than getting to it up in the tree, it seems. So
That's the way I feel about the bushes here. They got big old thorns on them. And they're like,
I didn't have to really deal with thorns.
Ooh.
It was just thick, tiny branches and reeds I had to get through. So I didn't have to fight thorns, thank God.
yeah.
The worst thing, water.
Oh,
Can
I hate water.
Never find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you got the
Well,
little-
I lost two of them. I lost two of them in water. One of them actually came back to me by
I remember
2 years later. But yeah, full of muscles
the
and the
muscle
muscle
pod.
pod. Yeah.
Now, Paul,
I
do you
remember
remember,
seeing that.
do you remember that building we flew? It wasn't quite a bando. The first one we went to at that office park, and for some reason my receiver got loose and got sheared by my prop, and it came down. You remember how close the quad landed to that water?
Yeah,
it was like
real close.
3 inches.
Yeah, real close.
Real close. I'm like, well, I lost the receiver, but you know what? The quad didn't hit the water. That's a success that day.
Yeah,
That's a
pick
win.
it up and walk home.
Win-win.
That's the FPV god saying, "Stay away from water."
Yeah, saying we're giving you a chance here, buddy. So what did I do? I went and plugged in another quad anyway.
Sent another one.
I mean, why not?
Well, Hadley.
It
does
wasn't that
too.
quad. It was a different quad.
Yeah.
When Hadley crashes, you either get bit by a rattler or something else like that.
Yeah, I would not.
And they're
no,
out.
thank you.
I saw one the other day and I was too scared to even reach for the GoPro and turn it on. I was just kind of like backing up, like and it was probably 10 feet from me, and I was still terrified. You know, I know it can't get me at 10 feet, but still I was so terrified. I just walked backwards, turned around, and walked back to my little spot where I was flying from.
I'd be having one of those things that are on a stick with the grabber thingies, you know.
Yeah. Paul's got one of those. Paul Murray's got one of those.
No, I'm good. Those snakes are strong. I've seen a rattlesnake climb a fence.
Yeah, it'd come like right up at you.
Right? That's what I keep thinking. Like those guys that are messing with them, they have the little tong thing, and then they've got that hook.
Yeah,
and you see them pulling themselves through the grabber.
Yeah.
Like I watched a couple of
that's crazy
removals here. There's a guy that comes out and does it. He works for Arizona something national, park or something like that. He relocates stuff. Well, he was grabbing this one. It wasn't even that big. It was like this long, and he had it so it was like pinched, and the thing was still wiggling through. It was weirdest thing I ever seen. Extremely flexible body.
No, it's crazy.
Don't you get paranoid that the little bastards are sneaking up on you with goggles, like Corey said?
Probably. There's time.
Yeah, great, Kim. Now you put that into the poor man's head. Tomorrow he's going to go out and he's not going to be able to fly. Thanks, Kim.
No, I'll be fine.
I'll
just stand in the back of my truck.
And sit there and go like this while you're flying.
Yeah. Corey's got a good point.
Make sure the tailgate's up. Fly from the back of my truck.
Corey's got a good point. If you're flying with your goggles on and there's a rattler coming near you, will he be rattling his tail because you're still, or would you know if one's near you while you're flying?
See, that's the thing is they typically only rattle when they feel like defense mechanisms kicked in.
So
they're not going to rattle to say, "Hey, here I'm going to come and get you."
Well, I've seen them slithering along, and they don't make no noise if they don't notice you. They just.
But I mean, what happens if it's right in front of you and you take your goggles off? I don't know. I think I'd piss myself. Sorry.
I would shit myself. And I would
I'd be hanging out until that sucker gets up and goes somewhere.
I think I would
freeze.
I would freeze.
Well, if anything,
that would probably be the best defensive mechanism. But
hope to God that I have hot motors because they're heat sensitive. Like they go after heat. That's when you like throw your quad on it where it's hot, so it strikes the quad, and hopefully you can get away, and maybe he'll puncture the battery and burn himself alive. I don't know.
But then you lose the quad, maybe. Oh, that would
Nah.
suck.
Fine. Don't
Yeah.
need the quad. I don't want to go to the hospital for a rattle or bite. No, I'm good. Antivenom's like the trip to the hospital is usually 20 grand.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Now, again, I got to say, with the two quads that are currently functioning, this frame that I've used that Corey suggested, it's what's it called? I don't even know the name of it, but I put the Zing motors on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap! I cannot do what I was doing with the other quad. I tried it with the Playground. It's too fast. I can't control around. I can't stay close to things.
You're not used to that low of a stick.
Oh my God. And I can't believe it's not broken. The same day it got stuck in a tree, I tried full throttle and I was just a little too close to the ground, and the ground reached up and grabbed the quad. Can you believe it?
Mm-hmm.
And that thing tumbled, and the noise it made. And I have it on, and I got the goggles on. I'm just watching it spin.
Yeah.
And I hit the fail safe and it just kept going. I'm like, okay, that quad's dead. I didn't even want to walk over and pick it up.
Oh yeah, there's times, man, where you're like I hit this water tanker the other day, where it's like a 18-wheeler tanker that's on stilts, and they're doing a little bit of construction out here, and I did a couple power loops around it, and then my wife's like, "Hey, it's starting to get really windy. My phone says it's 20-mile-an-hour winds or gusts. You might want to stop going around that." And I'm like, I'm fine. Exactly. That next battery, as soon as
you rung its bell, didn't you?
Did a power loop through. I go out and I turn around some equipment, and I come back, and it's just, and I'm like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. I do the flip over, and it's like, it leans real hard in front, and I'm like, oh, it's not fine. It's not there.
Yeah. Corey says this frame is a tank. I'm gonna have to order me another one. I do like the frame, but I do like the Zing motors, but they're fast. I don't know if they're really suited for freestyling. I'm not a racer.
Well, you could. That's what I use for freestyle is Zing.
Okay. Well, I might have
running.
Oh, I don't know.
Remember, Mark, you don't have to be that powerful on the stick either.
No.
Well, that's it. I'm
real light on the stick.
I got to be careful because I switch from quad to quad, and the other ones are not nearly as gutsy as these. Let me see. What am I running? I'm running the 2450 KV.
Mm-hmm.
2450s. So.
What's the stator size on those?
2306. Is that what I'm reading correctly? Yeah.
Nice.
And they weren't bad price either. They were as expensive or cheaper than the other ones that you fly that I've been flying, Lewis. So I like them. I let's put it this way. I don't know enough about them to notice a difference other than they're a little faster. That's about it. But again, I don't have the sensitivity because I still think I'm a noob to this, to know like different, like people can tell, like you might be able to tell latency. I'd be like, I can't tell shit.
No, you're still learning. Yeah. Once you get control, where like I see Lewis doing it a lot, like he'll pre-think what he's going to go do. And you can see the way he's like sweeping the corner and coming back.
It's all about the line.
A lot of control. Like he's created the line already, and he's following it just fine. Like he has no problem following his.
I was thinking about that today. But my damn SD card went corrupt. I switched it from one camera to the other, and I screwed it up. And I thought I was hitting some lines, but much better. Not all the time, but I was trying to focus on that this time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's how you. At least that's how I think you get into a flow. Is like you have a couple established lines that you always go through.
Yeah.
And then how you connect to those lines is how you go through the flow to those lines. And then you can then vary from one line to another and connect it with like, a cool flip. And then now you're on that line. And then you do a flip and then you're on that line. And it's about, knowing your territory. But I've been trying to think outside the box with that too, because if like it's all spatial. Really, it's all like playing pool. Like you got to set yourself up for the next shot, right?
And
so,
I have to say something. So, like me, I do a little bit different tricks. So our freestyle is definitely different than like Lewis and I. He's got more of like he's a whole. I call him the whole shot guy. Like you want him to hit something with his drone, he's gonna hit it.
My friends call me the gap master.
There you go. That's a good one. So me, I like to do the aerial stuff, right? So Mark, if I'm going up to do like some sort of a trick over a tree, like I feel like doing like a 45-degree roll over a tree, I've got to think, okay, so if I come out of this tree early, am I going to be looking up or am I going to be looking down? So you want to keep that horizon flow. So, and you got to think about that before you get into it. Like, okay, if I come out short, there's a gap up there. I probably go down it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's all about orientation too. So that's why
It's a scavenger hunt time. Oh.
my scavenger hunt. They're looking for some. Good luck.
That's awesome. At least they're having fun.
Yeah. Well, they're on like they have to find nail polish and
That's cool.
They've won so far. So, but yeah, it's like the orientation, how you have to come. Like I'm gonna put out a video in a couple of days where there's two buildings. And you'll know this, Mark, at the park that I go to. At the lower part where the pavilion is, where there's two buildings, they're right next to each other. And I'm getting to where I'm going through and I'm figure eighting and S splitting over top of them and through them. So as I do that and I'm getting better with it, now instead of going up and over and then flipping and S splitting and then going back under, I'm flipping backwards.
Oh, nice.
Turning and then going under. So I'm varying it up that way. So and soon I'll be able to do that and Rubik's Cube it back through.
Oh, Rubik's.
So that way, because the Rubik's Cube will maintain your orientation. If you do it right, you're going to go into it and out of it the same way.
Oh,
and I want to do that up and over one of those. And
nice.
Then, you know,
and
come back and then S split and do it back in.
Like crazy.
Now,
It's hard.
I'm putting you on the spot here, Lewis. Speaking of posted videos, did you fix the spelling of the name?
I did. I felt so it's freaking. And I looked it up too, and I feel like such an ass because in the thumbnail that I used, it spells it correctly. I didn't notice it. It was like Remson or Remsin. The computer corrected to the SON instead of the SEN,
right.
I was like, "Whoa, Jesus." Whatever, but yeah, I figured it out. I guess I got to get that footage over to Aaron too because the mayor of the town dropped him off a hard drive or something.
Yeah, well, it's funny because what I did was I uploaded half of my videos that I shot for him that day because I only have so much space on my Google Drive. He said he downloaded them, so I took off the ones he downloaded.
Oh, then just upload.
And then upload the other ones. But now I find out that he can't play them.
Maybe he didn't really download them. He probably just grabbed the link.
Yeah.
And then once you took it and it busted it.
Yeah, I don't know. So
nice. That's the one you built, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the chameleon that I just did a little maiden
nice,
on.
man.
Is that is that 3D printed around there, Heather?
Yeah.
Nice.
That freaking thing flies nice.
Yeah. She's a little hefty, but she's protected. Armaton frame on protection mode.
That's the way I like my women. Hefty and protected.
I see that Cinedrone there has got a lot of use, huh?
Oh, I've only flown this one day. Actually, no way. I flew it part of a day and then another day.
I hate to admit it. I gave up on cleaning my quads. I mean, I'll dust them off and get most of it off, but holy crap, they are messed up. I gotta be able to.
Yeah, I ain't cleaning that off. I call that beauty marks.
It's
like patina. That. It's patina.
Patina, yes.
Patina on that paint. It'll get enough on there to where I'll just grab it and squeeze it and it'll come off in chunks.
It's funny because when I used to instruct scuba diving and we used to talk about going onto a dive boat by yourself and you're going to team up with somebody because you're supposed to dive with somebody else, I would always ask the question, who are you going to team up with? The one with what looks to be like old and ratty equipment or the one with brand new stuff? And they all go, well, the brand new stuff. It's
ratty equipment. The dude knows what he's doing.
You want the old stuff.
You want the old stuff. The guy's got experience.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. That's just worldly observation, man.
Yeah. So I'm like, they always the new people always go for, it's got new equipment. They spent a lot of money and it's all new. It's all dependable. And I'm like,
hype is not worth it.
Wow.
I said, there are some people who are remarkable divers and they still dive with what are called horse collars and no BCs. And Basically, it's bare bones. It's like flying with a hang glider.
We're good.
You know?
Hey, I have.
Wow!
Did you guys win?
Yeah!
They won.
Wow! Wow!
Only some people are finding ways to enjoy themselves on the lockdown. You were saying, Lewis?
I don't even remember now.
You said you had to say something, but
They won.
oh, by the way, this is what Blues does after a really good flight. Also, if you ever fly with him, when he's done that, you hear the same thing.
It's more like wee.
Well, it's funny that first time I hit a really small.
Oh,
gap.
wait a minute. We hit the jackpot. They won sanitizer.
No. We didn't win sanitizer.
Oh.
We didn't win technical
No, when you get toilet paper,
Oh.
they win toilet paper, then talk to me.
I saw the greatest meme. It was a toilet paper on a roll of toilet paper on a street grill. You know the you know with a red balloon.
Uh-huh.
You know it.
Yeah.
What about the people driving around right now with the Purge music playing really loud on their cars?
Yeah, no, that's
horrible.
That is
Now,
horrible.
I can't do it justice, but Aaron sent me a link to a video meme on I think he got it on Facebook. And if you're familiar with the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail,
Yes.
Uh-huh.
you know the scene
Who's not?
where John Cleese is attacking the castle, and
Yeah.
he's getting closer, and then they cut, and then it
And
looks
it's-
like he's starting back, and he's coming
Yeah,
closer
yeah, it's
again.
closer. Yeah.
And these guys are watching him, and every time they look at him, it's like he's running the same distance from the same point.
Yep,
And then out
yep.
of nowhere, he shows up. They did this with the coronavirus. It's like like the first time he comes, it's like February, and then March, and then April, and then boom, he's there. So basically, as the description of the coronavirus is, if it's distant, never going to reach us, and then wham, before you know it, it's attacked us. So
In that part of the movie, he wasn't riding a horse. He was
Yeah.
banging coconuts together, wasn't he?
yeah. Well, actually, at this point, I don't even
was
think he had
running
his
and-
guy
yeah,
anymore.
he's-
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I thought in your general direction.
Well, here's the scary thing. One time, one of my tests in school, I put an extra credit, and whenever I do bonus questions, they're stupid questions. They're general trivia. They have nothing to do with subject material. And I put on the test.
Blue, no green.
The question was, what is the average air velocity of an unladen swallow?
Oh.
And
Did you get
everybody-
somebody?
Yes. One kid answered
African or European?
I had to give him the 10 points. He knew it.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, there is some culture with you kids. They're like, what is that supposed to mean? I'm like, watch the movie. I'm not even going to go into it.
No.
We when I was at Syracuse, Monty Python is great because our early music history class, one of the things we did was literally watch the whole movie.
Oh,
And
what a way
we
to
picked
spend
it.
a class.
Oh my God, it was like 2 or 3 classes that we got to watch it, and it was because it was so spot on with period instruments and how it sounded and all. It was great, and then it was Monty Python.
Yeah, right.
I have all the movies.
Oh, interesting fact, John Cleese, did you know he I don't want to say he renounced his citizenship from the UK, but he no longer lives in the UK. He had to leave under his own accord because his argument was he's sick and tired of the political correctness, because that was his bread and butter. He's tired of it. So he said, I can't live here anymore. Nice. Are those Zing?
No, these are the flows from.
I can't see.
From. Boom.
Oh yeah,
Where, I
Beta.
can't. Beta.
Newbie drone.
Newbie. There it is.
Oh,
Okay, I
nice.
see it now.
Yep. These, I flew these, man, and I was
That's a-
shocked. Like I was not expecting them to be like all that. And these things really, really shocked me. I won these on Quadaholics. Jake Blackburn had a giveaway where you suggest for a video or for something to do for a live thing, have something consistent. And I give him a suggestion, and he's like, dude, that's the best suggestion anybody gave me. You win. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, oh, nice.
Yeah, a whole 4-pack. I'm ready for a build, but
Right.
or their spares. One of the
You're
other.
only stuck at home. It's no big deal.
Yeah, right.
And so I built everything. I have one quad left to build, and I'm like savoring it. So, okay, so I got those. What else? I got some more stuff to show you guys. Shoot. I can't remember what else I have. I got all kinds of crap recently.
I gotta show off now. But
Oh, do it, please.
Hadley,
It's show and
Hadley,
tell. Let's show and tell.
this is my newest little baby here.
Ooh.
What frame is that?
It's called the Fusion frame.
Okay.
So what's super cool about it is, yeah, they're super thin. They do break because, you know, that's what they're supposed to do. And they break right there.
Right on point.
Right on point. I've broken a couple of them dead up. You know, it takes a little bit to get them. But what's cool is you can easily release them. You can build a new arm out without any problems. Just plug it in and solder it on. Everything's right there. And this little piece right here goes, hinges up.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so you got all the, you know, it is, oh my God. And it is nimble as a kitten.
Oh yeah, because all the center of gravity is there. That's kind of like the little race drone that I use here, the QQ190. It's a pain to work on though. You don't just fling it open. You got to take and like how the wiring is. Like if you see, I got my cap here. I got my BTX antenna on the other side.
Got the cap tucked in.
Mm-hmm.
Boom
So
in
it's out
there.
of the way. Yep. And I don't have enough room in this pod. If you look, like where would I put the cap in there other than like it's in the front?
Yeah, outside of it, right? Yeah.
Now it looks like
No,
you.
okay, so are you? Sorry, Mark. What are you saying?
No, I was going to say because he's got a strap on top. Your GoPro goes on top of that thing.
Yeah.
And can you mount a GoPro to yours too, Paul, or are you using a?
This one, yes. So what it is there's extra 3D printed bits in here, so I can take this out and put another mount in that has a 3D cool GoPro on it.
Yeah, my GoPro mount that I made for it, it just sits on top of these two standoffs that go across here.
Yeah.
It's got like a little half moon or a C, so it just sits on there and then I strap it down. But I'm using.
Are you? Oh yeah. So that's a little bit more awkward than just the 5.
Yeah, I was using this one. I have my 5 right, my session, but man, it was like noticeably different with the two of them. Like when I was cruising forward, I was like, felt kind of like I had a sail,
little heavy,
like dragging a big old like trailer.
Check this out though. This is what Mark, you're gonna have, and I've been thinking about this. You're gonna have to build one. I'll help you out with it if you want, but a bunch of people are gonna have to show up at my house because I got, well, not my house in Utica, but at my mom's house. I want to have a house, have a party, have a fire out at the house, and I want to rip these little guys.
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build like 5 of these, and we're gonna race these that I built.
Well, send me the parts list. I'll build one.
All right, they'll all be spec because I want to race.
Very expensive either.
No, this is like maybe a $190, about $190, $200.
So you're talking about doing little ones. Have you checked out the Diatone 339 3-inch? They're locally using them as a spec class racer.
Mm-hmm.
And we us guys were like, well, let's go race our 5 inches at the race, and they're using full size gates, right? They're not using little gates with them. And I'm not a good racer, but I was getting smoked by those things. Smoked. And the other guys are like, I probably wouldn't be able to go this fast with a 5-inch. dude,
this thing will hit at least 70, 80 miles an hour.
I know.
This little guy right here.
I know.
Do I have it set up? It will rip your face off. It is a lot of speed. And especially around in a small little backyard. I'm running it on 3, but it'll go up to 6.
6, that's really.
I don't not with these particular motors. I'd have to put up a little bit heavier motors. Right now I'm running these are crappy beta flights because this was all a proof of concept because I wanted to see how thin I could get it Look at, there's nothing in that stack, baby.
Yeah,
All that is
20 by 20s.
all that is yep, it's the VTX and the flight controller all in one 12 amps on. I can go up even further. It kills. Yes. Yeah. It's an Eclair, right? That
Yeah,
frame.
well, this is the Leader 120 Eclair
Okay.
frame. Yeah.
Yep. Same thing.
Same thing, same setup, but you're running 3S on what size motor again?
1105s and there's 6,000 kV.
These are 1104 7500 kV. And this is pretty gutless, man. Like, I'm not even going to joke about it. It doesn't have a lot of power, but for learning.
Oh yeah. Now this not gutless.
No, this would have, these motors and everything would have to be like on a toothpick for it to have power.
Power, yeah.
Same amount of battery too, like 3 or 4S. Oh, these are
It's
7500. I don't think I could even go over 3S. They'd probably smoke.
it's crazy fun to fly the little ones.
Yes.
And such because it's like it's so weird. It's like all ratio too, because like you go to the 5 inches where it's at, as far as I feel. Yeah, I like where you're going there. I've flown the bigger ones, I've flown smaller. I like 5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
It's just where it's at. But man, I've got these micros tuned down to 5 inch, where it feels like 5 inch is now here, and now here is smaller because now I'm like doing like out of my front yard. I've got this line of hedges, this tree. It feels like I'm doing wall rides along my hedges because of the ratio aspect of how I am and where I am, and now it feels like a 7-story building to me. It's so much fun. Oh my god.
Hey guys, did you know that Roger went live? Well, on Paul's channel.
How come he can do that, but he can't do his own?
No. Paul's running it for him. So I think we scared away all the photo drone people. I'm looking in the chat. I think basically, if anybody's still here that says there's 10 people watching, I bet you they're all FPVers now.
Probably.
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Hey, we're still having fun.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what it's about. And if anybody's in the chat, I mean, that has gone dry, but feel free to tell me I'm full of shit.
So, Lewis, do you fly any long range yet?
No, I don't want to fucking walk that far.
Yeah, exactly. I know I'm gonna. I'm afraid.
When I crash, I gotta go get the damn thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Crash. Once you're that far away, you're not gonna push it.
No, I know. Well, no, wait a minute. You don't know me.
Well, okay, so
he'll see a gap and he's gonna have to hit it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've got comparison of size quads, right? The 6 inch here, right? See the size difference. This is a 5 inch, 6 inch. Let me go grab a 7 inch. You already know the size difference, but a 7 inch, you're not going to try to push through a little gap.
No, I know that.
You're looking for that tunnel.
I'll be looking for a bigger gap.
Exactly. Way bigger.
Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the 6 inch, right?
Oh, you'll still try to fit it through a freaking gap. Don't.
I'll get it through. I'll put it.
Who are you kidding?
Well, Mark, you saw the stupid gap that freaking John got me to go through.
Oh, the one between the school and the shed?
Yeah, it was like that big, and I still put a quad through it.
That's freaking huge, Hadley.
The 6 inch, 7 inch.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, yeah, and then this one carries a 3300 pack.
Yeah.
And then I got the new zines on here, the 2806.5.
Damn,
or the
man.
1300 kV. Like when I changed the motors from the 6S Co-Nasties, because those are designed to be on a 6 inch prop, and when I switched them out to a 1300 kV, I was really pessimistic about it actually flying good, but don't even notice that it's a lower kV. It feels the same as the Co-Nasties. It's just
Still feels locked
more
in.
efficient, way more efficient though because of the lower kV.
Corey flies this 7 inch as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a couple of them. I've got a Source 1 over there too with the 5S Co-Nasty motors on it. And that.
Hey, well, sorry. I don't mean I got to interrupt. We're rocking one more person than Roger and Paul.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just
Thank you, everybody.
one more-
Thank you.
Yes, thank you everybody for hanging in there with us.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's freaking nice.
Oh, Nacho left us. What the heck?
He's not an FPVer. I don't think so.
He might be. I like Nacho. He's a cool dude.
Oh no, Nacho's cool, but I don't think he flies. I don't. He may.
He's got a
but he
cute ass dog.
Oh yeah, that dog is cute.
Adorable. But I'm a sucker for pets, man. A pet could come over and piss on me, and I'd still be like, "Oh, it's cute." Next you know.
No, I don't agree.
Oh,
Mark's
no.
different. It's all good.
No, I love cute dogs.
That's not a pet. That's a wild animal.
Yeah, as soon as the dog pisses on me, then I rate how far I can punt it.
So here's some more Zing motors. These are the like Mark's. They're the 2208s. These are an 1800 kV for 6S.
That thing in the
Yeah.
back.
Hmm?
That black thing.
Would you call me?
This
Oh,
thing?
okay. It's a strap. Okay.
What?
I saw it
Oh,
sideways.
that.
Oh, this thing. Oh, the battery strap.
Yeah, sideways. It looked like a box.
Yeah, and then I got the Mortal T on there for good connectivity with Crossfire. Got Crossfire and everything.
What do you got for VTX on that?
This has got the Pro 32. Let me see it right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like the box right there.
So what is it? Like 800 milliwatt or
It says 1000 and it's got a
Oh,
squiggly.
pushes eye? Okay, so maybe. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
minimum
Mhm.
is 1000. But it's got the Pro 32. Have you checked out those VTXs, man? They're a little expensive, like the HV one. But it's got two boards and it's got a temperature control for
Heat
milliwatt
sink, yeah.
output. So
So
it
because they're
doesn't burn
pushing out a
itself
lot
up.
of heat. Yeah.
Yeah, but it stops it from burning up, and its best cooling system is having it mounted with the TBS mounting tape to your actual carbon, and it doesn't.
It'll act as a heat sink too.
This particular quad, Lewis, I've like rebuilt it multiple times with different motors and everything, but it still had the same VTX since I got the first one on pre-order back when they first came out, and it's still on here, and I fly in the heat. You know, it's hot here.
Yeah.
It's still good. It's still like I can fly 1.5 miles with this one still, and
Yeah.
little tiny peanuts.
Yeah,
stubby.
well,
I mean,
yeah, a
that
little
is
stubby.
scary, but
Are
you know,
you suggesting you're flying out of line of sight there, Hadley?
I have a spotter that's a 1/2 mile out.
There you go. Fair
No,
enough.
I do. I really
I
do.
do.
When I do those flights, we have somebody drive out, and then they walk out into the desert and they hang out and do this. Like, okay, somebody's buying me a 6-pack of beer when we're done with this.
We can
Yeah,
still
right.
see it. You know?
Yeah. Well, they're on the phone. We'll have the phone connected like we're talking on the cell phones, which is good. So it'll be on speakerphone so we can communicate.
Okay,
yeah.
John. Oh, that's good. The only spotter I got is Roxy. She doesn't give a crap though.
I mean, if you're not going really far away, it's fine. I mean,
Yeah,
you can still see the quad, like my 7-inch. You can see it when it's a mile and a half out during the day. If I put those LEDs, the Firehouse LEDs.
Yeah, I have one of those on my Mavic 2 Zoom. Those things
I
are.
was just going to ask you, Mark. That's what you have, right?
That thing is beastly. I
Yeah.
turned it on
So bright.
I turned it on it was at night, so I'm in my room and I turned it on and made the mistake of looking at it as I turned it on. I'm like,
Mine was blinding me reflecting off of the wall.
yeah, it's
Christ, Hazzy, you 1.5 miles out, you'd still be on our property.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd do it. Well, after this pandemic crap's over, I gotta go on a little FPV vacation, man. All this cooped upness.
Oh, tell me about it.
I keep asking my wife, "Are we saving any money?" And she's like, "No, we're losing money." I'm like,
I saw the funniest meme. It was like we're living like Vegas over here. We're losing money. Cocktails are everywhere and in between, and nobody can leave. And it's don't know what time it is.
Yeah.
And that's my house.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we're not
we were-
supposed to be drinking, you know.
Well,
They
what I
tell you
think-
do not drink because it'll make you
No, just an
Weaker.
observation. I find it hysterical that, I know a lot of people who would kill to have a week or two of doing absolutely nothing, just sitting home watching TV and relaxing. Now that you got it, people are bitching.
Yeah.
They're bored.
And I'm
Yes.
over here like, can you guys go back to work? Or are you going to stay
Yeah.
home and shut up?
Yeah, it's like I purposely put a quad in a tree just to get some excitement to climb it because it was bored.
Gotta do what you gotta do to have some entertainment.
Hey.
No, I was joking about the wife. My wife, she's been working because here in Arizona they say that pet groomers are
essential.
are essential. Pet groomer. You need your
Interesting.
dog groomed during a pandemic. Makes sense,
Sure
right?
do.
Hey, if she's still working though.
They well, at least with what was passed today, it looks like $6.2 trillion for the US to help out with this pandemic so people can stay home. Like I'm a high risk health issue person, so is my wife. She's overweight and borderline diabetic. So like those are a couple of the main underlying issues. Like you don't want to catch it with that.
Yeah.
So it'd be better to stay home. And if this what they said during the thing, if the employees can actually use it because of that, and the company dishes out the money, the company can get reimbursed.
Yeah, it'll be a loan, a forgivable loan, I think is what
Yeah.
they said.
Yeah.
Yeah, for small businesses, but for big businesses like Petco or PetSmart, because some of the PetSmarts, they are closing up Monday, or they've already closed or something. So summer will be home all after Monday. Thank God. Petcos are still open though. Petco, I saw a post on Instagram that Petco is staying open. They do not want to lose the millions of dollars by shutting down their salons for grooming.
Well, if
Not
you can
good.
stay open, you can stay open if you can get away with it.
Yeah, but if your employees die, you're not going to be able to stay open either. I mean, just saying.
This is
Oh, the old catch-22.
We'll catch 22. We'll keep you open until we're dead.
And Lewis, you and I are in the same predicament. And I think I haven't heard, but that's because I'm not out in the public because we're not supposed to be. But there is the concern that let's say they do shut schools down for the rest of the year.
Right.
I already said it here. They're not opening back up.
But by contract, they're supposed to still pay us, right? So I get it.
I got my paycheck already today. Thank God.
But I mean,
but by contract, well, we're contract.
we're contract, but
I signed a contract with the school, just like the school signed a contract with me.
right. So, but my argument is that the public impression now is teachers are getting paid for doing absolutely nothing, and and I sympathize with that, and I'm glad we're doing what we're doing, and I hope
we're still working.
We're still working. So I don't mind doing it at all. I like doing what I'm doing. It's a different twist.
See
but I don't want people to think that we're sitting around collecting a paycheck for nothing. I'm sure
what scares me
going to try to do that
is how this is going to be a paradigm shift for afterwards.
Oh yeah,
that's what scares me already. Like if I go back to school, I've already figured it out. Like if I go back to school when they say we're supposed to go back to school like April-ish or whatever, there's only a month and a half left. Mm-hmm. For our schools up here.
Right.
What are they going to do? Are they going to say, all right, people, we've lost enough time. No more arts classes, no more music classes. It's ground to the nose you're doing. Screw that.
Right.
Screw that. Look, come back, start where we left off.
Yeah.
Don't screw with things.
Work through the summer. If you don't get
no, not even that. Not even that, because but not even that, because that's going to ripple effect too, Justin. At summer school programs, there's just so much of a ripple effect. We cannot make up what we lost. We just have to start where we left off. That's all.
Well, the whole thing is I'm not going to have to worry about it because I'm keeping up, despite what my school told me. And I think I told you they sent us an email, and they said now before it was don't hold them accountable. They don't have to do anything. You can't grade them on anything, blah blah blah. And I'm
But
like,
now they're
"Screw
moving
that."
that. They're moving
No,
that
but
goalpost.
but since last week, I said, screw that. I'm going to be running classes 3 times a week. I'm going to have office hours. Kids have been coming. I've had more than 50%. Now more are going to come because now they are going to be held accountable. And then I get an email saying, you need to be holding classes 3 days a week and holding office hours. I'm like, duh. I've been doing this for the last 2 weeks. And there's some teachers now that haven't even started it yet and are considering over our spring break, which they're not supposed to.
It's not supposed to, right?
Well, guess what? I can take my spring break off. Why? Because I've been, as soon as I could, I was online teaching. So it's
I was told to be put in a holding pattern too. And no. If kids have them, besides which, here's another facet to the whole thing. I told my administrator straight face to him, same room. I said, hey man, if we come back and we can have concerts and we can get together again, I'm ready to go.
Right.
The kids are ready to go. We were walking into this. I was walking in saying, okay, how am I going to stretch this? Because I don't want the kids to be, killed, dead on the music I want to perform. So my theory was going into it, all right, I've got some stretch stuff to play because, hey man, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I had my concert music ready to go. They're firing on all cylinders. Had my marching band music ready to go. Had graduation in the queue, ready to go. We need to go back, get back to basics and normalcy as possible. Back to music classes, back to art classes, back to normalcy. Let's have graduation if we can, or the best version of it that we can.
Well, we will. Yeah. We'll get there. We just gotta be patient and expect.
Yeah. Well, this time now is important. If we don't sit our asses and wait, we're gonna be like Hadley over there, coughing.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's okay because you know what?
Yeah.
The allergies are killing me too.
Yeah, I'm the only one that comes in here and I don't practice that. If I go outside, I put a mask on. I got some manners. But that's the other thing is at some point we're all going to have masks and we're all going to be wearing them. It's probably going to be a protocol at schools for kids to be wearing them throughout the day at school. So it protects anybody if you come to school sick, doesn't get your teachers sick kind of thing.
Definitely a new normal is going to happen.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
no doubt.
I agree.
Doubt.
I'm just looking forward to the day when they're 10 cents, 20 cents a mask, like the medical mask.
Well, I'm looking to the day that we learn some fucking lessons and don't get caught with our goddamn pants down. That's the day I'm looking to. Sorry, but that's just the way it should be.
Just gonna do this and go. The day that we heard about that virus, we should have closed the borders in every country so it stays isolated, and we all. You can't come in for 40 days. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Hey, that's no problem. That would have been a hell of a lot better, and that would have not been as economically as disastrous as where we are.
We'd have kept doing things like normal. Yeah. The only thing that can come in is traded goods, necessities. Other than that, people, I'm sorry, wherever you're at, you're going to have to make do. We could have helped the people that were overseas or whatever doing their thing, help them out with like financially being able to stay where they are. But, that's not going to happen. That kind of stuff doesn't happen that way. So here we are.
Oh, well, we just got to make sure we learn our lesson somehow, some way, and make sure it sticks.
I agree. Somebody up there in that position is probably making changes right now as we speak, but hopefully it works for the next situation that's going to come about. Was it Bill Gates in 2015 claimed flu was going to do something like this?
He gave money to Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, gave money to Carnegie Mellon, and I forget the other university to run these exact scenarios through AI that they were developing to say, all right, where are our weak points? They identified like 10 to 15 weak points in our healthcare system and gave explicit directions on how to correct it. The only problem was our friend kind of fired all the people that were supposed to be in the CDC and put knuckleheads in charge. And that's why we're almost 2 weeks away from apocalypse here in New York.
Oh no, it's you guys are you got. I saw a video that Novice.
No,
Squad
no.
shared.
Unfortunately, it's going to get worse than what
Oh
you
yeah,
see.
no, I know, I agree. No,
And it's
just what they
already
showed-
horrible.
What they showed that the nurses were going through at a hospital there in New York. I don't know what news station it was, but I saw the video and it was really
Scary.
it was eye-opening and surreal because it's here. We knew it was coming. We saw
Scary.
it in multiple countries. We've seen people in other languages, doctors bawling their eyes out because there's nothing they can do for the people. They're over capacity.
Yeah.
Well,
Now-
Kim, we were on with that dude from Spain the other day.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're getting hit just as bad as Italy now right now, and not enough
Yeah,
information is coming out.
And you know, we got to be careful because this can turn political. But the whole fact of the matter is that you know, this. I think people turn this into a political weapon.
It shouldn't. We're here now. We've got to
Right.
deal with it.
But I
you know?
mean, at the time, I
forward.
think we got our pants caught with our pants down because people viewed it more as a political weapon
Yeah.
against certain parties. Again, you
If it
decide
would have
which
happened
way it
last
goes.
year, I think the response would have been different. I
Yeah.
think you're right.
And so as a result, people saw the news, you know, throwing this out to the public, and they thought it was an attack on a specific party, and so they're like, oh, it's just a hoax, or it's just that, or it's just this. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Stop
it's a
listening.
big situation. Everybody's losing money.
Stop listening to the politicians and listen to the professionals. Regardless of what side you're on, start listening to the professionals.
Yeah,
People
I've
know
been-
what they're talking about.
Well, that's a part of the
I don't
that's
like
part of the
politics.
problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's part of the problem is the people that are supposed to be smart enough to not be dumb are actually dumb, and dumb enough not to know that they're not smart, and therefore do not listen to expertise.
Right.
Hey, I'm not going to listen to somebody who says, hey, I just heard from a friend that, you know, my buddy doctor here, I'm great authority that if you drink water upside down, you're not going to get it. No, listen to a medical advice from a medical personnel, from their lips to your ears. And that's why you don't get in trouble.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I've heard going around. There's a couple of studies that they're working on and stuff, and those kind of things are being leaked. Information's being leaked from those studies, but those studies are not done.
Nope.
So the leaked information that they're leaking might be
Is invalid because
it might
not
be
done.
isolated to that particular person, that particular day, on that particular situation. It doesn't go over a unanimous, and that's why everybody's so worried about this, because they've said nobody's seen this virus before other than like investigators doing their little treks around the world looking for these kind of viruses. You know, they call them an atom bomb just waiting to go off with the pandemic from like different areas in the world, like from caves and all kinds of stuff that they've talked about that I was learning about this, because, you know, I didn't study this. I didn't know anything about it until this came about, and I started wanting to learn. And I went to like the Harvard Medical Institute, all kinds of different places looking for references and places to find. But I found a place called Peak Prosperity, and he gives you he's a channel on YouTube, and he does a really good job of explaining things. Really intelligent person. He's probably smarter than me or any of us here in the panel. But yeah, he's 60 something days ago, he was warning the US, you need to close the borders. You need to do this. You need to do that. We're not doing anything for the pandemic. The pandemic's hit there, and nobody's doing anything there. Like at this other country that was next to the, you know, like, the only one that he keeps talking about is how South Korea really like went full force aggressive to like slow it down and kept the curve down. So it's an interesting watch. You know, you could have your own opinion about it, but I feel like, you know, I didn't stock up a ton, but I stocked up before everybody else did. I was able to get TP. I was able to buy canned goods and rice, and there was nothing picked over when he told us to go buy stuff. It was time. And literally 2 weeks later there, Mark, there was nothing in the stores.
Oh, I bet.
You know, and he had that, and that was just the beginning. Like a month ago, the stores were starting to run dry, you know? So yeah, he's a good watch. It was a good find. Somebody posted it in one of the groups that I'm in with FPV. It was good score.
Oh crap! I lost something here. Where the hell was it?
Glad to hear that, Rigger.
Rigor mortis, what's going on?
Hey, rigor mortis.
How's your chest infection going there, Adley?
It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, I hear you.
I keep praying it's the asthma. Like I've been doing 4 nebulizer treatments a day. I've been using the 2 different inhalers that they prescribed me, and I still feel like crap though. Like I'm sitting here, I'm sweating, which I'm breaking some sort of a fever if I'm sitting here sweating in a cool house, you know. So I'm doing okay. I'll be all right. I feel strong. You know, that's the main thing, is if you feel strong and healthy,
Good.
you're confident. How about
You
guys?
exercise a lot, man, or
Well,
Not a
just
whole
gonna
lot.
say
No, I
chest
put in.
infection, that's it.
Yeah, I put in about a half hour of like jumping jacks usually in the morning, or push-ups if it's that day for push-ups, half hour of sit-ups. Like I do one kind of exercise for a half hour every morning when I get up. Kind of gets the system going too.
Yeah. I got a chest infection, but I haven't been out since last July, so. You know?
Well, it could come in on the food, you know. It could come in on a soda bottle or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
who knows? I get a
Yeah,
lot of
but
stuff.
I wash like 6-7 times a day every time. I touch things.
I keep saying that I need to stay home because I can't stop doing this. Like when I'm out, if a bug lands on my face, I'm like,
Yeah.
swear to God, it's spread by flies. Those are one of the dirtiest things in the world. Like, think about it. If a fly walks across your nose and then goes and lands on somebody else's mouth, it could spread it, right?
I don't know.
Theoretically? I don't know. It was
Yes.
something I was thinking about the other day. I was like, man, flies are going to be the doom of us.
that's how the plague did spread.
Flies and rats, right?
Bring out your dead. I'm not dead yet. I'm nearly dead.
Well, I get a package from China. What I do is I open it, I go wash my hands, it's in the garbage.
It's the
And then the product, I put it in the sunlight for like 2 weeks and let it sit there and let the UV rays kill everything off. Then I
the
wipe
way to
it
do it.
down, and then I wash my hands right after, and I put it away.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
I
really
don't
good to
trust
hear,
anything
Rick
coming from
Mortis.
China, man. No offense to China, just in case there, the package has been from person to person, you know.
Everything I get in the mail, I've been spraying the crap out of, Kim, with Lysol. It doesn't matter if it's even mail. The mail is
I know.
house.
Me too.
I'm like,
Jeez.
like, not even kidding. It's like dripping with Lysol, and I'm like, I don't need a letter opener. I just
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you can't be too cautious.
Well, you don't know. Like, especially
You
like
don't.
my Amazon packages. Those are the ones that freak me out.
Yeah, especially after they said, "Oh, by the way."
Oh, by the way, we've got 13 people in your neighborhood that are sick.
No. Oh, by the way, we found like several confirmed cases of Amazon employees being sick.
We're not going to release where they are, but all
No.
of them could be in your neighborhood.
Correct.
I mean, like New York, it's probably more than likely in New York or Washington where the outbreak.
Hey, why you got to pick on my state, man?
Your state is like where I pray about at night,
It's a
man. I pray
hotbed
for you.
here.
I pray
It's a
for you guys
hotbed.
every night. The fact that
It
I
is.
saw that they're bringing in trailers for the dead that
Oh,
are refrigerator trailers, I'm just like,
No.
It is.
that
It's like a
made
war.
me cry.
It's like
That
a
made
war
me start
zone.
crying, man.
It is like a war zone now. There's no doubt. New York City is like a war zone.
I was literally crying when I saw that. I just couldn't help it. You
Well,
know?
think about the mentality too, because now here you are. I'm a New Yorker, right? I'm not from the city. I'm not from the metropolitan area.
All right.
But I decide I got to go to Massachusetts for whatever reason. Okay, I got to go there. And maybe I've got family there or whatever. I drive in, and now I'm flagged by a Massachusetts state trooper to say, "Hey, you're from New York. Get your ass over here."
Mhm.
Now I'm questioned. Now I'm talked to. Now I'm not believed that I'm not from the metropolitan area. I'm from Utica. Well, I don't care. You're not coming in here anymore. Well, huh? Wow. How quickly that could
Mhm.
be
Escalate.
be a reality. And
Yeah, it
and,
can
and
escalate
it kind of
real
is,
quick.
because
Yeah.
they're not stopping people from New York saying, "Hey, where have you been? Are you
Mhm.
coming from the city?" Well, if you're coming from the city, turn your ass around, or you're going to be 14 days quarantined
Yeah.
somewhere.
Let me
And we're going to
look
be
up your
knocking on your
address
door
on
every
Google.
day.
Like, let me
Yeah.
check your address on Google for the
Yeah.
registration of your car.
And now now here we are in the good old US of A called America doing this.
America.
Well, and
Yikes.
that's just the beginning, Lewis.
Yeah.
It's just the beginning. If this explodes nationwide, like what you're dealing with over there in your state, and every state, say like even Iowa, where it's a real small place, but everybody's sick because somebody at the grocery store or at the McDonald's was sick and they didn't know that they were sick. They're asymptomatic and they spread it. Now you have a pandemic in your local hospital where there's hundreds of people sick because that person didn't know that they were passing it on, and they worked in a place where, and that's the problem. That's what's happened everywhere. And I was watching some models, like these representations of people moving around
Mhm.
versus people staying stationary. Right? And
Back in
it's
the old
crazy
school,
how fast it spreads. It's just like
back in the
a
old school
week.
days of the ping pong ball test. You ever see that, Mark?
That one. Yes.
Yeah.
Where you throw a ping pong ball on a bunch of mouse
Yes,
traps or
everything
whatever.
was colors.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not to get mathematical. It's a great lesson on exponential growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It
true.
really is.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, it's-
you know the knee is not a good place to be,
No.
right? Because that knee is that right there is where it starts to shoot that exponentially
mhm.
right up.
Yep. And then once you get into the higher numbers, exponential growth becomes millions very fast.
Oh yeah, it's
Well, with it,
Very fast.
I always use the example of a train pulling out of a station. It takes a while, but when it picks up speed, you ain't stopping it.
yeah. Well, it's an event horizon is what it is. It's
Exactly.
there's
The
there's
point of
no
no
way
return.
of getting out of it. Yeah.
No. Yep. Exponential growth is like something that some people don't know anything about. And I was like, oh, I remember those charts. Those were some of the easiest ones to do when I was
People
in
like people like Matt. People like Mark used to teach me that stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember my 8th grade teacher yelling, "It's not magic, people. It's just numbers. It's not magic."
But you know what? Ask anybody. You don't have to be good at math. If you just ask them, what does it mean if something grows exponentially? Most people know that means it grows quickly.
Yeah.
That's all
No.
you need to understand. That's all
It
you need.
grows really quickly.
Well,
It's,
it's definitely not linear.
Yeah, no.
it's not a linear growth. No.
No. If it
It's
were
what
linear,
you want. That's what you want for profit margins,
Right.
not
Not
for
death
flu
margins.
virus type stuff for the
Exactly.
pandemic.
Exactly.
And this isn't even the flu. I guess from what a lot of people that are on the front lines have said, they call it acute pneumonia. So you get sick with pneumonia. You don't get the flu. You get immediate pneumonia.
Here's a thought, and I'm not one to buy into conspiracies, but
I am. No, just kidding.
well, okay. So we had a young girl pass away in December here in Utica, up on campus at SUNY Polytechnic, and it was mysterious. It shocked our community. Like, wow, this poor girl died alone in her dorm from what appeared to be pneumonia, out of the blue, in December. She was tested for. She went to the local, went to the school infirmary or whatever you call it, and then was told to go to the hospital. Was tested for flu and whatnot, and said to go home and get rest. And 3 days later, she died.
That's
okay.
Fast for pneumonia.
All right. So that's in December here in Utica. December here in Utica at SUNY Polytechnic, there's a huge Asian population. It's a technical school.
It's possible.
Now, here's another thing. Links me back a little bit. November. What was the big news in November, Mr. Hadley?
Back in November, the vaping thing, where everybody was dying from vaping.
What were those symptoms?
The same.
Now,
Scarred lungs, like
I'm
chemical
not
consistent.
I'm not a person that is nefarious with the whole thing, but you know, drug dealers don't put things together to kill their clientele. They make mistakes, but they don't do it intentionally. That would be stupid of them.
They want to keep the money coming. They want that money train to not stop.
Right.
Yeah.
It just seems to kind of line up too easily for me here.
Did you guys hear about I don't remember where it was or what person it was or whatever, but there was a place where they had stopped a couple of people in an airport, and they had found a powdery substance in one of their bags, and they searched it. They couldn't directly find what it was. It wasn't a drug or anything like that. But after the fact, everybody that handled that powdery drug had died within like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And even the people that were carrying it on the plane or whatever. And it's something that's like, I can't find it anymore. And it was right before all of the...
No, I didn't hear about that.
It was right before the vaping. I think it was either before the vaping stuff, or it was after the vaping stuff and before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So it was around Halloween. I think it was in October, if I remember right. So around that time period. So it was about the time for the vaping stuff too. But I remember seeing a tabloid about it, talking about it, and like it was mysterious how these X amount of people had died from it. And then like not even a couple months later, we hear about this outbreak in China. And I'm like, what were those people carrying? Like, I want to know the answer to that. Like, that's just got me curious. It probably has nothing to do with this.
Well, I don't know. Here's another thing too. Here's another thing that I've been kind of stewing on.
Like, was it guano from a cave that has this virus in it? Like, that's what.
But wait a minute. What else was going on that was really a big problem for China in the world in October and November?
Yeah, they were having the riots.
Yeah, the protests, the umbrella protests, the same.
Yeah,
and that was another thing that kind of like got me thinking. China is not good. You know that.
Well,
I
don't know. I've never put my eyes on anything they've done wrong physically, so I can't be judgmental.
Well, talk to a Uyghur.
Yeah, that's probably true. But see, it's like I don't want to hear second. I want to see it to believe it. I know. I'm sure you've seen the pig video that I sent out to a few people.
It's even more than that because there are things that I think that are potential for really going off the rails with China. Awesome. The whole thing in Hong Kong really set them aback. They were losing control.
I wonder. Yeah, who knows? Yeah,
what else? Now, wait a minute. Here's another thing too. What about the Yellow Jackets? Where did all that go in Europe? That went away quick too. Right. There's still those problems. There's still those issues. And I think this plague has even more heightened those issues and more put those issues in the forefront, and probably is nuzzling the nose of most governments in it too, because a lot of the governments are out of control.
Well, and this whole thing is going to touch home to so many people with what happens too, which is not good. I pray for everybody that's having to deal with this. Like,
I just hope nobody that we know or I know that has to go to the hospital for anything.
That's why I've been going to my little doctor's office. That's like Podunkville.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Well, I mean, just having an accident, you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about. Like, you get a
broken arm is not going to be a priority. It's just not.
No, and it's going to get worse.
Well, I'm hiding away for a while. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I've been telling the wife that we need to do that. And my mother-in-law works for a hardware store company, and that's considered a major essential job. And I'm like, They can't fire you. Just stay home. You're risking my life. Yeah, you're risking my. Yeah, go to the doctor and say you've got a cough, which she does. She's a smoker. She'd go to the local podunk doctor I go to and get a doctor's note. Yeah, they need quarantine for 14 days. They can't say anything.
Yeah. Well, they've supposedly passed legislation now that's.
Yeah, I saw that. Well,
Hey, and that's another thing too. They're not going to be able to walk that back. Those Republicans. They're not going to be able to do it. Sorry, not to get political, but once people have that, they're not. It's not going to be easily taken away. We're going to realize, hey, we need a better healthcare system. Which, we know that, but this is really pointing it out. And two, we need to not tie healthcare to our economics. They need to be separated. Look, either you're going to save people or you're going to save money and make money. You're not going to do both. You need to separate it and save people's lives and worry about the money later. And then you'll go back to making money after you save people's lives. It'll work that way.
Well, there's tons of money.
It'll work best that way, as a matter of fact.
There's still tons of stuff going on from work from
home.
I
know. And that's another kind of good, bad thing that I think is going to come from this. We're going to find that we're going to be able to do a whole hell of a lot more stuff from home. Mm-hmm. And is that going to be good for us socially or not? Or I'm kind of fascinated.
I'm always home. Doesn't matter to me.
Well, well, my wife and I are always joking around. We're Gen Xers. This is normal to us. I don't like people anyways.
Yeah.
This is as close as I want you people to get to me.
So somebody had asked me in a chat,
right,
in another group that I'm in. They're
like, keep leaning back like you guys are too close.
Yeah.
Stay back.
I was talking met some guys from Germany, and they sent some regards because they know I'm in New York, and they think New York is New York City. And I had to tell them, no, I'm not near it, but it is creeping up close to us. And they're like, how are you handling the lockdown? I'm like, I'm handling it just fine. They're like, why? I said, I hate people. Mm-hmm. This is fine with me. In fact, if I hadn't corrupted the video, I was going to post a video today saying, this is how you handle social distancing.
What does FPV stand for?
What?
First person.
So I'm out in the field. There's nobody around. I'm happy.
It was nice at the park. It was nice. I gotta say, it felt normal at the park tonight, just going up and just like, there's the sunset. I get to rip a couple of packs and nobody's up here bothering me. And
I was at the end of my road, like where I always like to go fly. If you guys have seen any of my videos, I like to go fly the little section trees at the end of the road.
The end of that, and like start of a cul-de-sac, but not.
Yeah. They're getting ready to build a ton of crap back there, and I'm going to lose my spot. But I was out there flying, and there's this old guy riding his bike, and he's got like a racer bike, and he's an old man, like he's in his 80s, like he's been riding his whole life, and he's not stopping. He comes all the way to the end of the road, does his thing, and it's normal. He comes down to the end of the road, and I'm like, running over to my car, close the door. What's that guy coming down here for? And I remember I went and I was watching some videos. I'm like, he does that. That's what he does. He's not changing what he does for anybody, because he's at that age. Like I could die riding my bike, just having a heart attack, and or an aneurysm, whatever. But when he did that, and I ran over to the car and I did that and jumped in the car and everything, and I was like, I look like an ass. I really do. And the next time he came along and I was getting ready to go fly, he scooted over and then came to the end of the road and went around.
So he
gave me my 6 feet because he wasn't giving me my 6 feet to be beforehand. Like he came like right up behind the back of my car, and I'm like all scared, like this old man's gonna get me sick. Or I'm going to get him sick, and I'm going to feel
Hadley horrible. Running away from an 80-year-old. That's the story we're going to tell.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Hadley didn't want to get nobody else sick if he is sick.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know, because that's really what I'm scared of. That's another thing. I know. What? Okay, hopefully, if you get it, you don't get it bad. But I would be afraid. I'm worried about my mom and my kid and stuff.
Oh, it's not about us. And that's what those chuckleheads down in Florida didn't get when they were having their party.
Yeah, they're going to take it back to grandma and mom.
They're saying we're young, we can handle the virus. And we
already paid for the trip.
Yeah, you dumbass. It ain't about you getting sick. It's about you spreading it around after you catch it, you dumbass.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, that's the one thing is like I have a good friend that likes to go and take off and go to family events every couple of months, or I think it's every 6 months. They do like a location where they do a timeshare or a house rental or whatever or I can't remember what they do. They rent a house and they go around and they check out the place, and they all live everywhere in the United States. But they met in Tennessee recently, and like it was when they were saying do not fly unless it's essential flying. If you need to get back home or whatever, and they're like, oh, we're getting on the plane today. See you guys later. And I'm like, you guys they didn't have masks, they didn't have gloves, they didn't even take a little thing of like Lysol with them to clean the seat backs or anything. And when they get back, they're like, they come back like a week later and they're like, man, I don't feel good, I gotta go see the doctor.
See,
and they're like going to this drive up thing to get tested, and they didn't test them, and they're still sick. They still feel like crap. They're not quarantining either. And I'm like,
What? That's crazy.
idiots.
Idiots. I just put my hands up and go, you guys need anything? What would get you to guys stay home?
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
we can't afford it. And I'm like, you don't pay any rent. You live with family. You have a car payment. Your car loan they will accept the fact that you're staying home. If you don't have money to pay your car payment, well, how am I going to pay for my internet and everything else? I'm like, how are you going to pay for the old lady that lives down the street that you got sick?
Yeah, right.
Pay her family because you got her sick and she died.
Well, it definitely.
That's not my problem.
Well,
Yeah, well, it is.
This situation is this situation is definitely showing people's true colors. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, no.
I agree, Mark. What do you think, Kim?
Yeah, I stay home.
Give us
I
your
don't go around
perspective,
people.
man. I want to hear Kim
I-
talk for like 10 minutes.
If I get sick, I isolate, but I wouldn't dare pass it to someone else. You know, there's no flipping way.
Well, you want to mitigate that. You want to reduce the chances of doing that.
Well, that's it. You know, I care about everybody else. I'm not stupid enough to go and, you know, fuck that, man.
Knock on wood. I was just thinking, I don't know if it was just before all of it really started to hit the fan a couple of weeks ago, or before like Friday the 13th was the day I left school and I did not come back. I grabbed my daughter up. We haven't been back since. Before that, I was thinking, man, this is a pretty good year. I haven't gotten sick at all. No cold. No
I've been sick a bunch this year, to be honest with you.
Nah.
I've been hit hard this year. Hardest year I've had in a long time.
Me, I just got a bronch problem.
You got a what?
For like a week, but that's normal every spring.
Well, the bronchitis, yeah.
Well,
I usually get
anymore,
like
right?
coffee right about now, like coughing and stuff, because of it's starting to become springtime and molds and stuff like that. I usually have the hoarse and snotty nose and stuff because of the allergies. I was like, man, I don't want to even like think that I'm sick or whatever. So I've been taking Zyrtec and I've been fine. I should probably do that every year.
I wouldn't take that right now.
This live stream brought to you by Zyrtec.
Yeah, exactly. Or a Lego. Do I take the Zyrtec or a Lego? Oh, I take a Lego. They hand me a pill and I go.
God bless.
That's what happens when you Lewis says that's what happens when you get old.
Morpheus, do you choose the red pill or the blue pill?
And you're like, I'll take both.
Will it make me stop coughing?
There's a what if. What if he did take them both? What would have happened? Holy
I've
crap.
been wondering that for the longest time.
Oh
what if
my
he would have
God.
just reached out and snatched them both and went,
They're asking, what would happen if they took both of them? He'd shit himself in both worlds.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
the video much sooner, right?
yeah. My wife said the Sentinels will bring them toilet paper.
No, the Sentinels would keep it away from him.
One good note. My mother-in-law came home with toilet paper today from the local Safeway.
Nice.
Wow. They restocked that shit.
Well, stores have been doing the right thing now. Finally, they're rationing everything. They're like, sorry, you can only take 2. They once there was a run on this stuff, they should have started that right away. Take 2.
Oh, yeah.
Take 2.
Yeah.
And again, that shows you the true colors of people. They'd rather hoard everything. And let's face it, all this food that
Here
people
locally,
bought,
somebody
half
got
it-
busted.
half it's going to go bad.
Mark,
Half
somebody
it's
got
gonna-
busted. Yeah, somebody got busted with an entire garage full of toilet paper.
Oh,
Yeah. Did you
Lord.
see that, Knucklehead? And
Oh,
he
no,
had
it was the sanitizer that
Oh,
got
Santa-
thrown
well,
on me.
bunch of
Yeah, you
people have
got-
been doing it.
Yeah, the sanitizer thing here, it was literally like, I'll send you guys it after the stream. I'll send it to you on like Facebook or something. But the garage was so full, they couldn't lower the door, and they had big boxes that were out front, like old refrigerator boxes full of toilet paper as well, and they had it like tied to the house, right? And then the front door is open. You can see it stacked to the ceiling inside the front door, and you're like, why would you do
Idiots.
that? Like, no. My question is, what would cause you to do that?
I don't know. What the hell you need all that toilet paper for?
Well,
Like, do you
maybe
really
they're
think
gonna.
you're gonna stay in
They're-
your house and be able to shit that much?
No, they're thinking they're going
Hey,
to corner the
there's nothing
market
worse
and
than this.
sell. They're going to
sell
price
it.
gouge.
Yeah, they're gonna.
They're
try to sell
going to
it.
be the most disgusting human being
Hey,
possible.
All the stuff
They
was
don't even need
donated
that for
locally.
themselves. They're going to shit themselves because they want to fucking.
But come on,
Sell
All of it was donated. They got busted by the trade commission, and they're looking at either 5 years in jail or a $50,000 fine. They can choose.
Ooh, you know, that's
Plus,
good.
they lost all that money in teepee by donating it to wherever. That's a lot of money in toilet paper. I'm sorry. That's
And
just ridiculous.
you know how bad I feel for that.
Not at all. None whatsoever.
Not like if he
I-
was legit or she or whoever the family was going to legit go donate it to all the churches. They needed to be in the process of it already and have receipts for doing it.
Oh, the hell
You know what
they
I mean?
were. You know damn well they weren't going to do that.
No, they probably had it all posted. Though that's probably how they got busted. They probably had it posted on eBay and
And Craigslist and all that.
Amazon,
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
Craigslist, Facebook. Yeah. Sad. And that was local. Like that wasn't far from me. Like it's not a stone throw, but on the other side of the neighborhood. Out here. You know how I'm out in the middle of nowhere, Lewis. There ain't
Yeah.
nothing around us. There's
You're
like,
in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere.
Mhm. Yep. And there's still people sick here. So
All right, I've had enough fun, guys. I'm going to bed.
same.
Dude, it's only
I have to go cook
9:30.
dinner.
Dude, 9:30, going to bed. What a
9:30.
What a
I'm
wussy.
6:30. What is wrong with you guys?
I've been up since 4, man. I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah, and we did wind up going on to the coronavirus thing, which I thought we weren't going to do, but sorry about that, Kim.
There is no way to.
How can you not?
We're just teaching other people and informing other people. That's all.
Well,
Fair
and,
enough.
and there's a lot of information coming through the chat here. I see Rigor Mortis has got a lot of info.
I haven't
That's
even
helpful
looking
for
at the
people to
chat.
get into it. And the biggest thing that everybody, like you guys as teachers, is there's that adaptive nature of people. Some people adapt to the changes quickly, and there's like 7, 8 stages that people go through where it's denial and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, if us communicating it and Rigor Mortis putting it in the chat and somebody starts to come to light to it a little
Fu
bit.
Long Gong.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Well, Lewis,
I'm just trying to keep up with the chat. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Sorry. I got to take a break from all this craziness.
Yeah,
Go
tell me
watch.
about
Go watch Monty Python.
Yeah, right? That's not a bad idea. Problem
Free
is-
out your dad. It's about the plague, man. No.
Here's the problem. I own it on DVD. How the hell am I going to watch it?
Yeah, I got all the movies.
I think it's on Netflix,
DVD
though.
as well.
I think it's on Netflix, though. I think it's on
I
Netflix.
know. Wait, wasn't that crazy? I almost freaked out. My daughter says like, I want to play a DVD, Daddy, and I was like, it was like a couple of weeks after I got rid of the DVD year. I was like, I'm done with this. I'm like, oh my god, I can't play DVDs anymore. I had said, oh wait, no, Xbox. Throw it in the Xbox. That'll work.
Yeah, right? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I do have the Xbox. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I know my
You
computer
guys
doesn't
not-
even have a CD
Yeah.
player or a DVD
There's-
Oh,
player
I
on
know,
it.
and that
No
one-
drives anymore. No more drives. No more
Yeah.
drives.
Do you guys watch Blu-rays?
No.
You mean I watch beta tapes every once in a while. Betamax.
No.
That's pretty dope. if you
No,
still
you
have a
don't.
Betamax.
No,
That
he
works.
does
It's
not.
pretty dope.
Don't let him fool you. He does not.
Dude, I still have my Commodore VIC 20 and
I
my
got-
1541 ROM drive, and
Hold on.
it
I got something
works.
for you guys here.
Oh, he's gonna kill us with an antique. I should be an Atari, the original.
I've got one of those too.
The one with the big controller.
Yeah,
You're doing like.
You remember these? My wife found these from when she was growing up.
Oh my god.
Oh my, yeah.
Now, hold on. There's Disney. I don't know if the Disney movies are in this box.
Those were the worst.
Or like this. This is a good
Almost
one.
as bad as Caillou.
Ah,
Oh, I got that
my
one.
God.
Like
That's all
I
right.
couldn't believe it. I'm like, you do not throw those away, and she's all, why not? I'm
You
like,
know, Disney ruined it. Disney ruined one of the best comics in the world.
Which one?
Dr. Doolittle there.
Oh, that
Mr. Eddie Murphy. They ruined him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
20th Century Fox.
And it's still Disney. He was under contract with them. He couldn't do any nasty things. He only do family stuff. Now he's out of
There
that
is
contract.
a box here with all the Disney movies on VHS up until they stopped making them. Like it's big.
Wow.
It's not going to be in here in this box, but it's like this big, full of Disney movies. And she's like, "Go look on eBay. They're worth a ton of money." I'm like, I look at them. I'm all, "Are you going to pay that? Nobody's going to pay that. They'll
You're
buy
not.
this one over here. That's the same one for maybe
Right.
$8."
No.
She looked at it like we had gold. I was like, "It's not gold, sweetie. It's not gold."
If you have old shellac record, pre-vinyl, that's gold.
Or you got that white record from way back in the day.
That's pre-shellac.
Mhm.
Or pre-vinyl. That's shellac.
Shellac.
That shit'll go when you
That's
drop
like-
it.
Yeah, Beatles, right? Isn't that the Beatles record that's worth a ton?
The Apple records.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know Apple tried to sue Apple Records back like I don't know, like early thousands, early aughts?
Like they can do that? Apple Records was around way before Apple.
Infringement.
Kim took off. There you go.
He
There
left.
we
Here.
He's going. Oh, I thought he was
Oh,
going
he's
through.
coming
His,
back with VHS.
I thought he was going to jump through his hoop there. I was hopeful.
He's all.
I've got the whole collection.
What is that? Oh yeah,
Beatles.
yeah.
That is cool.
I
You
got
got-
the
you-
whole 9-box collection.
So
Yeah,
you
what-
might you've got Yellow
Oh,
Submarine
right.
in there, right?
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
all the concerts that the Beatles did
Oh, all the concerts.
in
Oh,
9.
Wow.
9 DVDs.
Yeah.
Holy
On
smoke.
VHS. 9 VHS.
Oh, that's VHS?
Yeah.
Got my interest now. I'm like, huh?
I don't know what the hell.
I
to
mean,
do
come
with
on, you guys. We were VHS people.
Oh yeah, we had them.
Anybody
one
that's
could
like,
do-
what's a
we had all the-
VHS tape? You're like,
We had all the Disney movies on VHS, no doubt.
Yeah, I remember setting the recorder up to programming it to get Dukes of Hazards and
Oh,
Yes.
chips and
Yes.
stuff like that.
And I remember my parents got their first VHS,
Airwolf.
and I got stuck.
Airwolf?
I got
yes.
stuck having to program the damn
MacGyver?
thing to tape it specific
MacGyver.
times.
I love
Remember-
MacGyver.
remember
I still watch that on my.
Remember having to program those things to tape at specific times? My
Mhm.
parents would be like, "You got to tape this for me." I'm like,
Yeah, we had one of the very
You're going
first ones
through like,
that had a wired remote.
oh, God,
Wire
I
on the
gotta start
fucking
all
thing.
over.
I put these up on a want ads to sell them.
Did you really?
Yeah, nobody wants them. They're like
Put 'em on
mid shape,
eBay, they
man.
will
They're
sell.
probably never even been used.
That's something you hang on to then, Kim, because eventually one day it will have value.
I'm
Because everyone
61,
else.
man. How much more hanging on do you want me to do?
On that
Right here.
note, Kim, we'll see you later.
Yeah, take care.
Take care, Paul.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, man. Stay safe.
You all too. Stay away from everybody.
Huh.
I know. Look at my ears; they're all bright red.
Ooh, that's sunlight
Bye.
and heat.
Take care, Paul.
Bye, Paul.
Paul kills me, man.
Good guy. Real good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's funny as hell.
Yes. Oh, I want to go fly.
Oh,
I'll be flying tomorrow now that I fixed my freaking. At least I fixed the transmitter. So.
Have you tried powering up and taking a look at it? Make sure it doesn't say RX.
Yeah,
lost or RX bad and all
I
that.
did that. It just, like I said, the two clues were after I flew twice and didn't crash, it didn't work. So I'm like, screw this. I got another quad. I booted it right up, and I must have the warning set on this one, not so much on the other one. And for a split second, it said arm. It said arm switch, and then it didn't say it again. So I hooked it up to Beta Flight and did the tried to went through that and went to the CLI, and it said arm switch. So like I said, it was an experiment. So I took the arming switch off my old QX7, put it in, and it started right up. So I do remember dropping it. So I'm thinking I gave the initial shock that one time, and after flipping it a couple times today on a couple of packs, it finally gave. So we'll see tomorrow. It'll be the test.
Yeah.
Test.
That's the way it is, man.
I love this machine, man.
Do you?
I wax it, I buff it, I keep it clean. Is that weird?
Yes.
No, I'm
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
like, really wax it? Where the hell? What would you
No,
wax?
I don't wax it. You, jeez.
What would you wax? Would you wax in the motors? Like,
Well, underneath and that, I dust it. Oh, she flies great, man. But I won't put her out in bad weather. She's got to be perfect
one of
day.
those, don't ever update that son of a gun.
No, she flies A1 from the day she was born.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
She's signed by a professional flyer right there.
There you go.
I didn't know I was a pro.
Yeah, in my books you are, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I'm
She's
striving to get
A1
there
from
one
the
day.
day she was born.
Yeah, one day I'll get there. It's just got to keep practicing every day. Keep
Yeah,
pushing.
well, you're a hell of a lot better than I
Well,
am.
that's it. I've been watching some videos, and people are like, even if it's only 2-3 packs a day, just get on it, do it, try something new, push a little further, keep doing it.
Oh man, when you get shot, you're gonna freak out. I know you're gonna be like, I can go play on the sim now. It doesn't affect me anymore.
Yeah,
it doesn't affect me anymore.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Get FPV is probably pissed at me. And when they get them in, they're probably not going to send them to me anytime soon because I have been harassing the shit out of them. Not in a bad way. I said, listen, I know I'm bugging you. What's the ETA? Have you heard anything? They're like, no, I haven't heard anything. We'll let you know. Don't worry. I'm going to shoot out another email to them next week. Keep them on their toes. Keep them on their toes.
You have to.
Yeah.
Here is a link for you, Mark, in the chat.
For some reason, my chat has not been moving. I have to probably pop out the chat again.
Zoom chat.
Zoom chat. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's that link to?
That'll get you pretty much anywhere that's sold out. That shop will have it. I don't like to post that one out like in the chat rooms or for people to spread.
Right.
It's for us to get our stuff in the United States.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna favorite that one then.
Yes, it's worth it. And I know the guy personally. There's no discounts codes yet or anything like that, but we're trying to work something out so I can get some people some discounts from him. 5%'s 5%. Anybody will buy.
Hell yeah. I wouldn't
5% is a lot.
I wouldn't turn my nose up at 5%. So
no.
I appreciate it, man. So
I'll see what I can do. I'll keep talking to him about it, and once he gets some more flow of stock, because he likes to ride the waves with stock. Like he tries to
stay ahead of the
buys
game.
The stuff that sells out, and he never sells out. Everyone else does.
Right.
Cool.
That's a good thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Hadley.
He's just not a popular shop yet. Just wait though. Once people realize, oh, he's got everything there. And one of his main clients is Johnny FPV.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
That
pretty
is
sure we
cool.
could find out what his PO box is if I really bugged him. What's his PO box number? No, I'm just kidding. Stalker.
Yeah, right.
No, that's funny though. He seems like a good kid.
That's cool.
Yeah. I still can't believe I still have this thing. I haven't given this thing away. Well, no, wait.
What is it? What is it?
Leader 120. I think it's my wife's, if I remember right. Yeah, it's Summers. Last time it was flown, the camera broke, so she's been flying it line of sight with this stupid little transmitter that I got. God, I can't remember the name of it. It's like the has the rocker switches, the radio link. God dang. And fever's got me stupid, guys.
I hear you.
You make sure you take care of that.
Don't take Advil, take Tylenol.
I don't want to hear you going downwards. I want to see you going upwards.
Same here. Yeah, I don't want to. I got too many people to continue to help, man, with FPV and get them going and stuff. I can't have that happen. I need to stay above ground so I can keep people flying.
Yeah, I don't want any of my friends sick. That's for damn sure. I'd rather be sick than them see sick.
Well, and I keep saying it's gonna hit home eventually for us. It's scary, but it's gonna happen.
Yep. I mean, it's only a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
Well, we're seeing people from 30 years old and healthy and up needing ventilators.
Yeah, that's part of the issue is not having enough of those.
If I get it, I probably wouldn't make it.
I mean, let's face it. These
I don't think I would.
I don't know how these healthcare professionals do it, because think about it. You're supposed to preserve life. Now you're doing triage like in Battlefield, going, I need to hook the ventilator up to the person who's more likely to survive, and they have to make those choices.
Oh yeah,
They're essentially signing the death warrant of somebody else, which is awful.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. They're saying like 70% of the people, their bodies are adapting to it and battling it off quite well and everything, and they're not getting sick from it. But what's that not to say in 6 months they don't catch it again and it does the opposite effect to them? We don't know what's going to happen when the next wave comes. That's what's got me scared.
Right.
It's not this wave. It's the wave that we don't see coming because so-and-so down the road, got sick from something in his house that whatever, you know what I mean? Like he didn't spread it everywhere because he works at the convenience store down the road. And yeah. And the money exchange, everybody ends up sick from exchanging money with the guy or whatever.
Right.
I don't know.
Device connected.
Well, just make sure you guys take care of yourself. I don't want anybody sick.
Same with you guys, both you two and Paul, wherever he went. Everybody in the chat, stay safe out there, guys.
Well, I gotta say, Kim, I think it's time for me to get off now too. I got a few things.
Okay, no problem. I'll let Roger have the stream there, and I'll close down. And
well, thanks for staying on anyway, Kim. Appreciate it.
It was great, man. I had a great time. Damn.
We had fun too.
Had some freaking good people in here. Good people in the chat and good people on there. But some of my favorite people.
There you go. That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
Nice.
Yeah, my wife just texted me. It's time for dinner. Where are you? At least she didn't come barging in. Hey, it's time for dinner.
Yeah, that damn thing. Yeah, and she does. She next time you're wearing goggles, hopefully she doesn't come up with one of these.
That's not funny. Not funny at all.
I think it's hysterical. You know why? Because I don't have to deal with those suckers around here.
I know, right? Where you're like,
yeah, I'm sorry, Hadley. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You're not sorry. I'm not sorry.
I'm like this.
Yeah, but you wear sandals, man. That's scary. Oh, and there's no way that I can't wear sandals. No.
It's my thing. It's my thing.
Yeah.
When I'm anywhere else, I'm wearing shoes. If it's cold out, Justin's got shoes on and pants, socks, the normal. But when it's warm enough, shoes have got to go. It's just too hot. I start sweating with shoes on.
Well, your
For
shoes
some
will
reason.
melt to the pavement as well, right?
No, they're fine. Just the air pockets usually swell like on Nikes when you're walking on the pavement a lot and it's really hot. No, it usually like I don't have them in here, but I have a pair where the air pocket in the back on Nikes, and they're usually sucked up inside of there. That was reversed and was like pushed out.
Oh, jeez.
Really?
It like overinflated itself from getting hot. Glue came loose.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that was a very expensive. Well, don't wear those on the pavement for hours.
Okay, you two.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out here. So take care, guys. Thanks for chatting.
Take care of yourselves.
If
You.
there's anybody else still watching, thanks for listening. Have a
Yes,
good night, folks.
definitely, guys.
Thanks everybody in
Bye-bye.
the chat. Hadley, you take care of yourself. Mark, take care of yourself. Okay.
You as well. Everybody
Yeah,
have a good night. Be safe out there.
Oh, of course.
Hi, Kim. It was
Take
fun.
care.
You as well.
Okay, everybody. I guess I'll shut down as well. Rigor mortis. Anybody else is in Indigo Rhino? Everybody have a great, safe time. Be careful out there, okay, guys? I don't want anybody sick or anything like this. So, Joan Shots. I didn't know you were still in here, brother. Everybody, bless you. Take care of yourselves, okay? Buy plenty of toilet paper. And thanks a lot for giving me a like and stuff like that. I appreciate it. I had a good time. And bless you all. And we'll catch you the next time. And Roger, I think, is still on with Paul. So if you want somebody to chat with, he's there. Take care, everybody. Bless you all.